the ball. He'll take the opening bounce, and I guess the umpire. One thing they love to get right is always that opening bounce. It must be one of the big fears. And the big fellas in there ready to do battle. Paul Scudder's in there for the Central District Club. He'll be rucking against Lucas Herbert, who's the heaviest player on the field, the heaviest up against the tallest player on the field. And they're going to take the centre bounce along with Mark Soderstrom. Here he is.
Okay, ball's bounce, no clear tap out. North Adelaide through Casserly against his old club in Central Districts, flicks the ball out towards the wing. Knowles tries to get it. He's retarded there and can't quite get the ball out. Daryl Wintle flicks the ball out. Now we're back with Knowles on the wing. He's looking to go into attack. It's a lovely kick, and he finds a player there in Heath Uni. Uni decides to cross the ball into the centre, gives it to his captain in Daryl Wintle, and he's on the 50-metre mark here. We're at the southern end, just in front of the grandstand, and probably stretching him a little bit here, 50 metres. Not a lot of wind around, but it will take a good kick. Wintle decides to go in short. It's chipped in there is their captain in Daniel Healy, and he's able to clear the ball well for Central Districts.
Ball on the centre wing position now. Will be picked up here by Danny Stevens. Turned it a blinder last time they played out here. He kicked 6 goals and was sensational. He gets it across to Kynan Ford, who's very, very clever. Holds the ball with one hand and then kicks in towards centre half forward, and from about 45 metres out, the mark has been taken by big Luke Coward, a player only 22 years of age. He's a big, strong boy. Hasn't really cemented his place on the senior team, but I must admit, when I saw him last year, I thought this boy could perhaps even go to a higher level. But well, he is still sort of in and out of the senior team, but certainly has loads of ability. Will kick from about 45 metres. Let's see if he can steer this one through, Mark.
Okay, Luke Cowan, he's on about a 45-degree angle from 45 metres. The kick looks good, drifts just to the last minute, and we see Cowan registers the first score of the game in Central Districts with a behind there, and we've played 1 minute and 45 seconds into this first quarter of round 12 football in the SANFL.
Okay, Robbie Neal here for special comments this afternoon, and we're looking forward to those as well. I notice Shane Harris just sitting down here from us. He'll be keeping an eye on the umpires, being the umpires director. And the ball at the moment is out of bounds on the outer side of the ground, midway between the wing and the half-forward flank, right out in front of the big marquee that's over there with a number of the past players in it from the Central District Footy Club. And boy, there'd be a few stories being told over there, no doubt. There's the throw in there. Looks like Herbert got the tap out. Taken by Centrals, though. Not terribly decisive this time. Coming away with the ball there was that Uni. Knocks the ball on, fists it along. Chance, though, here for Daniel Healy. He can't get it. The race is on for it. Bamford was in there. Will be picked up here by North Adelaide player there in Leal. He can't break clear, and the umpire says play on. Umpire Broadbridge waving his hands in the air. Looked as though he was imitating a seagull for a moment. A hand pass there came across from Paul James. Knows how to use those hands. North Adelaide grabbed the ball in the centre now. Oh, there was a bad hand pass. It was meant there for Cassidy. He couldn't get it. Picked up by Steinberner. He goes down towards the half-forward line, and the mark is taken here by his teammate out there, and it looks like one of the Gowans boys.
Yeah, Chris Gowans goes in towards centre half-forward, finds the skipper, Daniel Healy, all alone just on the 50-metre mark there. Not being checked at all, Robbie. Daniel Healy looked like he was just standing there unopposed.
That's the last thing you want to do, is let Daniel Healy free within 55. I mean, he's a terrific kick, and he'll probably kick from the 50-metre line here, and he shouldn't have any problem with the distance.
There's the shot for goal. Strangely enough, he didn't quite get the distance. That one was not a typical Daniel Healy kick. The ball comes off hands now. There's a hand pass from James. Got it back there to a teammate in white. Coming out of defence, we find North Adelaide go very, very high in the air. And I think it is a North Adelaide mark or a free. It's on the outer side of the ground. It's a long way from here. It looks like it's Brett Knoll. No, down towards half-forward he goes anyway. Looking here for Morgan, who's got the job at centre half-forward today. He's played at half-back for just about all the year. But North Adelaide not up to it on this occasion. Heath Hopwood with the ball. He gets it across here to his teammate there in Arnott. Arnott in towards centre half forward, and the mark is taken here by one of the Gowans boys once again. Turn round, I need to see your number. Quick, it is James Gowans this time, number 28. A hand pass to Rick McGowan, back to Simon Arnott. The Bicky boy kicks the ball high in the air, but it's going to be a North Adelaide mark, and a good one too. Chipping across in front of the pack there and taking the mark is Brett White.
Good take by White there, used his body and moved back into the pack very courageously. Ball's kicked up towards Lucas Herbert on the wing, takes a strong mark there, just in front of the past players marquee. Herbert's going to slow things up, he gets back on his mark, kicks up high on the right foot, looking towards the centre of the ground. Daniel Healy's up there, but that's a strong mark there by Central Districts and or free kick. Simon Arnott, who has probably started again in the form that he left off a couple of weeks ago, and he's been in absolutely sensational form, Bickies. Central District's coming in towards full forward. Mark's taken by Cowan. No, it's not. It's spilled. North Adelaide look to mop up there, and as the crowd yells for a deliberate piece of play there as the ball's kicked towards the out of bounds, North Adelaide look for the safety there, and just on the grandstand side here, we're going to see a throw-in at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
I think it's important, Soders, that North, I mean, this size ground could actually suit them today, provided they don't turn the ball over. If they turn it over and a lot of their guys run forward, they'll probably find themselves in trouble with the rebounding Central's players.
That's right. We talked about the style of play they like to play with at the start of the game, and it is that running, flowing type. And as you mentioned, Robbie, this ground just suits that style of play that Daryl Hart likes so perfectly.
Umpire Tim Pfeiffer now with the bounce down here on the Mr. Clip match of the day. And we've played around about 5.5 minutes of the opening quarter. Kynan Ford does it particularly well. Across here to Michael Stevens, the power listed player. He couldn't control it though. Darryl Wintle, the former Crow, the captain of North Adelaide there. He was all wrapped up, and there's going to be another bounce up. It's almost on the edge of the centre square, so it's midway between the wing and the half-forward line. Central District in attack. They've done most of it so far in near perfect conditions here at the Elizabeth Oval. Ford and Brooks, young Brooks it is, the boy from King Island, got the tap out. Brett Knowles there got his foot to the ball. It was his third possession. Goes down towards half forward. There's a hand pass that came out there. Good football by Ebert. He in turn got it over there too. Wintle, who started very, very well. His target down here is Hargraves. Great pressure by Hargraves as Geister tried to burst clear. A hand pass comes out here to Bamford. He was under a lot of pressure there as he tried to get away. It was Hereda who put the pressure on him. Comes out now to Steinberg, to the Central District crowd. They're clapping like a cricket crowd they are. And it's eventually Heath Hopwood who mops up here, gets the kick into the centre of the ground, and the mark taken by Daniel Healy.
Healy, the captain, goes in on the right foot, looking for Rick McGowan, who's all alone at the top of the 50-metre mark there. McGowan runs in, he goes long and low. Is it going to be good? Oh, and he's just hit the post, hit the left-hand side of the post. Ricky McGowan, Robbie, once again, there's another player standing on top of the 50-metre mark there with no player on them whatsoever.
Well, I don't know. I think that this was one of those turnover things. I think Sodas, again, North ran forward, turned over the ball, and some of the Central's players actually held back and basically backed their back line to win the ball back for them. Scotty
Bamford takes the ball, goes up the wing to Casserly. Casserly cleverly flicks it back to Bamford, who's run past. He goes inboard to Scotty Leal. Scotty Leal looks to draw his Central District's player in Schooler. Gives to Darryl Wintle on the right foot, looking good, long and good. Sensational goal by Darryl Wintle, the skipper. North Adelaide's first score for the game, and at 7.5 minutes into the first quarter, North Adelaide 1 goal straight, Central Districts 2 behinds.
And that's got to be uplifting, and that came from a kick in for North. Moved it down beautifully, and Darryl Windle's kicked that from all of 50 metres out. Gone to it beautifully, and North are looking pretty excited at the moment.
That's certainly a contender there for the best brick and pavers team effort of the day. A couple of touches to Bamford, then of course to Leal, who dummied around an opponent, and then on to Wintle. It was sensational football, and we'll mark that one down certainly as a major contender for the best brick and pavers team effort of the day. It's the Mr. Clip match of the day here, and we've got Central 2 behinds, 2 points. North Adelaide leading 1 straight goal, 6 points. And it's marked now by big Adam Morgan at centre half forward. In he goes. Beautiful pass. Superb lead by Hargraves. And under a lot of pressure there from his opponent in Geister. And Danny Hargraves has got the mark. He'll kick from about 35 metres on a fairly acute angle.
The strength of Hargraves is that he does present himself very well on the lead. And I think that's possibly the reason why he got the nod ahead of Brant Chambers last week for that position at full forward in the state squad.
And he did particularly well last year, and his form this year has been very good too, hasn't it?
Yeah, 72 goals last year, and he's kicked 30 so far this season. He's going to be kicking from just in front of the grandstand here, probably from about 40 metres out, just in from the boundary line, looking to kick number 31 for the year. Hargraves comes in purposefully, curls the ball beautifully around, straight through the centre, and he likes it. He's had something to say to the Central District supporters there as he runs back in to get the congratulations of his teammates.
Well, Adam Morgan certainly reaped the benefits of playing in front. It was a quick kick out of a centre bounce contest. He presented himself, he got in front, took the mark, and hit Danny Hargraves' lace out. It was a terrific play. But Adam Morgan's actually played some great footy at centre half back this season, and I like the look of him at centre half forward.
Yeah, no, at times he can be a little bit loose at centre-half back, I think. Likes to take the big grab, and he may be just the player. He's an aggressive sort of a player too, isn't he?
Well, he's very athletic and tall, and I think he's the pair. I've got a terrific player in the future.
It's North Adelaide, 2 goals straight, 12. Leading Central District, yes, you heard right, just 2 behinds, 2 points on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. 10 minutes into the opening quarter. Tim Cook, the former Central District player, comes out from that back pocket where he's been playing all this year. Here's a chance, though, for Central's. A nice build-up this time. A hand pass there to Michael Stevens, but he's off target with this one, and it's gone through for a minor score. So we'll put a little dot there before number 10, Michael Stevens. Of course, also wearing Port Power colours this year, and the brother of Anthony, the Kangaroo captain. And it takes Central's along to 3 behinds, 3 points, but trailing North Adelaide, 2 goals straight, 12 points.
Cook kicks out to Knowles, who takes a lovely mark there, but his kick as he goes up the wing has been cut off there by Central Districts. Good grab there, and we're just going to see who that player is as he swings around onto the right foot there, and that is Michael Stevens. Goes into the attack for Central Districts, into the 50. Ball can't be marked there. North Adelaide flick the ball out towards the boundary line, looking for some support, and that's a good mark there taken by Cameron Staples in his second game for the club. It's given off up towards the wing there. No North Adelaide players at all are able to get the ball. Heath Hopwood's content to see it go out of bounds. We're right in front of the Central Districts interchange bench at 11-minute mark, just ticking over to 11-minute mark in the second quarter, and North Adelaide have a 9-point lead on Central Districts. It's the first quarter, Doug, isn't it? I'm already jumping ahead.
Oh, no.
Fast forward the game.
You must be anticipating something here. Perhaps you're anticipating the half-time break where you can get stuck into another one of those salad rolls you made. I don't know. There's Ebert with the kick down towards centre-half. What a season he's had. It's been a stellar performance by him, and the ball beats young Paul James across the boundary line. The 2 number 19s, Paul James and Brian Harada, going for it there, and it's another throw-in.
Interesting to note, we were speaking with Luke Holland, the injured North Adelaide player, earlier before the game, and he mentioned that Ebert goes for a 5k run before training. So obviously looking just to get a little bit of extra aerobic fitness by going for that run, which to me, Doug, I reckon if I did a 5k run before training, I'd be showering and getting changed.
Free kick here to North Adelaide. Gee, they're putting pressure on, and they're going forward once again. This time Justin Cassidy, the former Bulldog, goes down towards the forward line, but picking up the ball, mopping up nicely there is the very dependable Damien Hicks. He drops the ball in short. I said dependable. Well, it's out of bounds on the full, and there'll be a free kick paid here to North Adelaide on the outer side.
Okay, North Adelaide, they're going to bring the ball in here from about 70 metres away from their goal, so the long way out. Daniel Hargroves makes a lead, but they're going to go longer. They're looking towards Morgan. Morgan backs back against Geist. The mark can't be taken. Central Districts, through the agency of Hicks there, the reliable defender that Doug just mentioned earlier. He's going to see the ball out, and we're going to be seeing a throw-in in the forward pocket, outer side for North Adelaide. Scholar against Herbert. The big fella Herbert pushes the body back, tries to get the tap down. Once again, players wrap the ball up, and we're going to see another bounce down.
They're going with quite a tall forward line, actually, North. They've got Paris Fowden, Hargraves and Morgan up there. It'll be interesting to see whether they go for a reshuffle, maybe get a smaller guy out there just to sort of see whether they can bend Central's a bit.
Central's, I notice, haven't really used the rotation either at this stage. I mean, I know we're only, 12, 13 minutes into the quarter, but it just seems to happen so often, I guess, as the game wears on. They will do something because they want to do more than just kick 3 behinds at this stage. 13 minutes of the opening quarter, the Mr. Clip match of the round.
It's also very rare, Doug, that we see Central Districts 2 goals down this early in the game, so that may have some reason why Alistair Clarkson hasn't started his rotation yet.
Fair comment too. There's the bounce up there, picked up here by North Adelaide. A hand pass that came out there from James. Once again, he's in everything. Big Lucas Herbert throwing his ample body in there, and there's going to be another bounce up. It's about 45 metres out from goal. North Adelaide in attack, and they're doing it well at the moment. Superb conditions here at the Elizabeth Oval. It's a great ground for watching footy too, whether you're in the grandstand where we are, or I used to come with my kids to the family area just out at the end of the southern end here, and it's a top ground. There's the bounce up there. Another big scrimmage developing, and umpire Pfeiffer has no alternative but to come in and say, yep, I'm going to bounce it once again. This time it's about 48 metres out from the North Adelaide goal. They lead at this stage 2 goals straight. Central District just 3 behinds, not so straight.
Umpire Pfeiffer for another bounce down, as we've just mentioned. Scholar can't get the tap out. Herbert grabs it, flicks the handball out. We're going to see the ball brought to the top of the square for North Adelaide. Goes up, player can't take the mark. Geister brings it to the front. And once again, believe it or not, umpire Pfeiffer says we're going to have a bounce down this time, a lot closer to the North Adelaide goals, just on the top of the goal square there.
Centrals just don't look switched on as they have been in previous weeks. They might be a little bit flat. It could be a mid-season sort of thing. We just don't know. They may pick up, but North are certainly taking it to them at the moment, and they're doing a fantastic job.
Simon Arnott, he's one that has looked as though he's all fired up. He got the tap out there, and Heath Hopwood brings the ball out of that back pocket. Danny Stevens does battle out there. He couldn't grab it, but there's a hand pass that came from Slater back here to Stevens. Let's see what comes out of this. It will be picked up, though, by Casey. Not Casey, but anyway, it might have been the boy there in Knowles, I think it was. The ball on the half-forward line here for North Adelaide. They've still got it in their attacking zone. This must be pleasing for Daryl Hart, the way they've kept it there, but not for much longer, though, as James Gowans. He drops the ball in short, and it is knocked away there by the Central District defenders, and it's good, solid stuff. It's on the outer wing, and at the moment on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, North 2 goals straight, 12, leading Central's just 3 behinds, 15 minutes into the first quarter.
Doug, you're right there. North Adelaide's defensive side of the game at this early stage has been very good. They have held the ball into their half-forward line, even when Central Districts tried to move it out towards half-back there, which we see them do so easily week in, week out. The pressure from North Adelaide was there again, which has forced another throw-in, and here we are with another bounce on centre wing again.
There's the bounce up now on that centre wing position. Again, it's going to be another ball up here. I will tell you something, that the umpires tonight, they will know how to bounce a ball if nothing else, because there's been plenty of it. I don't think it'll be like this all day, though.
I don't think so, Doug, but look, I think the more bounce downs there are, the more it's going to benefit North, because they're actually quite good at taking the ball away from those set plays. So it could benefit them. And at the moment, they're showing Centrals up for endeavour, especially around those stoppages.
As the ball comes back now to Michael Stevens, back to him again from Arnott. Arnott's been a sensational player in these opening minutes. And there's the kick there from Stevens, but it's all North Adelaide. They've taken the mark on the outer side of the ground. Looks like Lashenko there. Drives it in towards centre half forward. Up they go. Oh, that's a good mark. That one there from Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan's been played, and at the moment that is the Paradise Community Church mark of the day at centre half forward. Boy, that was good stuff, the way he attacked the ball there. He drops it in short. That's not such a good pass, but it'll be effective. A hand pass comes out here, though, from the player number 30 in Fountain. Got it across there to Leal, right up in towards the teeth of goal. Oh, good mark. Magnificent mark this time. Lucas Herbert's taken it about 7 metres out from goal, and that too's a contender for the Paradise Community Church mark of the day.
Interesting to note, Robbie, that Lucas Herbert is actually working deep into the forward line as a ruckman. We've seen him taking the throw-ins around the forward pocket, obviously then able to drift across the pack and take a strong mark as well.
That's fantastic, and it's very similar to what Spider Everett does for St Kilda when he's playing. And that was one of the game plans when I was there, was certainly Spider taking knocks around the ground, but certainly pushing down and keeping the back playing ruckman honest as well, and making sure that he actually has to pick him up, and rather than just standing in a hole and block leads for the full forward.
Yep, that's right. So we see big Lucas Herbert. He's going to be kicking from about 5 metres out on a reasonably acute angle. Looks like he's gone for the banana kick here. No, he's gone straight up through the middle. Beautiful kick on the right boot, and North Adelaide skip along nicely at 17.5 minutes into the first quarter. They're 3 goals straight, 18, and amazingly Central Districts 3 behinds.
Incredible stuff. Okay, looks like we've got some scores from around the grounds. Gavin Richardson.
Yes, thank you, Doug. Across the border first, Adelaide 4 goals, 6-30, are trailing Melbourne 5-5, 35, a 5-point margin in favour of Melbourne. And I've only got one local score at the moment for the SNFL Eagles, 4 goals, 1-25 to Glenelg, 2 points. Thank you.
Okay, the action back here at the Elizabeth Oval. Superb conditions for footy. I noticed Marco Bello starting off on the bench for Centrals. He hasn't been out there at this stage. Big Scooter got the tap out. I wonder if there's anything like flu or anything like that around, as Danny Stevens got it out of the centre there. Here's a chance now, a hand pass or a kick for goal here by Rick McGowan. Oh, magnificent defensive work there by the North Adelaide player down there in that last line of defence. Is that Timmy Cook? Down there, a long way from here, it is Tim Cook, and that certainly is a real qualifier for the best Brick and Pavers team effort of the day. I thought that was superb, that one, the way he lunged himself at the ball and was able to get his fingers to it and just prevent the goal from being kicked.
Scotty Bamford comes up towards the wing looking for Paris Fountain, who's moved into the ruck, but it's a strong mark by Paul Sculler, and he's just going to settle things down for Central Districts here. He goes into the centre of the ground and finds Walton. Walton goes wide, finds Hicks. Hicks running in. He goes into the attacking 50. The kicks up. Ball can't be marked. North Adelaide bang the ball back into the centre of the ground looking for Brett Knowles. He fumbles what he should have taken, but he butters up. Gives the handball out. North Adelaide going up towards Lucas Herbert, who was changed with Foulden and finds himself up in the forward line. takes a grab, gives the ball over the top to Casserly. It's a little too long. Casserly spills. He's tackled by Central Districts. The umpire deems he's tackled a little bit too high, and we're going to see a free kick awarded there to Casserly. He goes long up to full forward. Hargraves at the back. Oh, has he taken the mark? Yes, he has. The Central District supporters not too happy there. They're calling for a push out against Hargraves on Geister, but umpire Fiver says no. It's deemed that Danny Hargraves has acted fairly there, and we're going to see him lining up. He's going to be about 12, 13 metres out, almost directly in front. Danny Hargraves comes in on the right foot, kicks another goal there, and North Adelaide are certainly on fire. They've kicked 4 goals straight, 24 at the 20-minute mark here. Central Districts 4 behinds.
Well, I think it's important now that the Central's senior players certainly don't become frustrated. Look, at the moment they're facing adversity, aren't they? They're probably not used to this, so it's a situation where, you know, they're probably not familiar with it, Doug, and it'll be interesting to see how they go. But certainly guys like Daniel Healy, Rick McGowan and Heath Hopwood will certainly want to say, hey guys, let's settle down, let's play our style of footy, and look, form that arm wrestle and claw our way back into this game before North, you know, get 7 goals in front.
The Gowans brothers, really no impact on the game at this particular stage. There's the bounce up in the centre of the ground. Brooks it was who was knocked over there as his opponent went for that tap out. Here's a chance now, though, for Central District. It was Chris Gowans who's appealing for the free kick from 48 metres. He goes for a hand pass to Steinberger. He'll kick from 50. He goes in short, though. His target out here is James Gowans. He normally kicks them from out there. Oh, no, he's way deep out in the pocket. That's great team football. Gets it across to Steinberger. Steinberger is caught with the ball. The umpire lets it go. This is magnificent footy here by North as they put pressure on, but Marco Bow has put it through, and the Centrals fans have a chance to, at long last, put those hands together. And Marco, the South Australian #1 rover, as we watch our North Adelaide boy coming off, he's limping off.
Yeah, I think Paris Fowden did hurt his ankle in that ruck contest. It's either his right ankle or his right knee. He's up doing the ruck work, giving Lucas Herbert a break, which actually worked quite well because Herbert did start to impose himself up in the forward line there. But we'll see Fowden's come off the ground here and been replaced by the Prince in Gerald Cornelius, and Lucas Herbert's going to now have to go back into the ruck.
On the Mr. Cliff scoreboard, it is North Adelaide 4 goals straight, 24. Central District 1-4-10. You heard right. The margin is 14 points in favour of North. 22 minutes of the opening quarter gone. Really no breeze favouring either end, and North Adelaide go forward once again. It's a good kick by Paul James to centre half forward. A key player so far has been Adam Morgan in that key attacking role. Whether that's been an instruction from Port Adelaide, Port Power, or whether it's just been Darryl Hart and the selection committee at North who've decided, look, let's get a little bit more bite up there across half forward, I don't know. But, gee, Adam Morgan's given them something to kick at, Robbie Neal.
He's been terrific, and it'll be interesting to see how Cornelius goes up forward, because he's got an important job, because Paris Fowden was providing that rest option, I suppose, if you like, for Lucas Herbert playing in the ruck. But kick forward, and there's another turnover by Centrals. The pressure by North has been fantastic.
So a free kick paid here. Umpire Tim Pfeiffer watching it closely. Justin Casserly initially might have been a bit stiff. He might have copped one in the back, but he did fall on top of the ball, made no attempt to get rid of it. And so the umpire paid the free kick against him with some reluctance, I think, too. Michael Stevens drives it in towards centre half forward. A chance now for Central District. It goes through the legs there of Darryl Wintle. Picked up here, though, by Brett Knowles. He's had a stack of touches so far of this opening quarter. That's his third hand pass I've got, Dan. He's probably had about 4 kicks. The ball comes out to Casserly. Casserly, who's also been an important player. Right up into the teeth. A goal, and the mark has been taken here by Danny Hargraves. 30 metres out from goal, he'll kick. And not only a slight angle, and a chance to bring up his 3rd goal for the afternoon. His 153rd goal for North Adelaide in his 50th game. And, boy, what a player he's been for him.
And Justin Casserly just comes off the ground there. I'm not sure if Darryl Hart has removed him because of the little indiscretion there where he was deemed holding the ball, but Casserly comes off, and for his first run for the day is 18-year-old Andrew Moretz. As we say that, Danny Hargraves slots through his 3rd goal for the game. So he has started off very, very well. And at 23 minutes into the first quarter, Danny Hargraves has 3, North Adelaide has 5, and Central Districts are 1 goal 4-10 as we receive an update from around the grounds.
Yes, thank you. At the Optus Oval, Adelaide 6 goals 7-43, trail Melbourne 7-8-50, a 7-point margin in favour of Melbourne. And Eagles 5-1-31, lead Glenelg 1-2-8, 23-point margin in favour of the Eagles.
Okay, the action back here at the Elizabeth Oval, the Mr. Clip match of the day. And it looks like Mr. Clip's been on the oval too because it's in superb condition. Umpire Broadbridge puts it down. Big Schooler was up very high there, but it was taken here by North Adelaide. The hand passes are working well. That one didn't quite go that well. I was sort of anticipating it, and Scotty Bamford overran the ball, and there's going to be a bounce up, though, at centre half forward, about 55 metres out from the north goal.
Great tackle by Andrew Moritz there, who's just come on the ground. And as Robbie mentioned earlier, North Adelaide's defensive work has been absolutely sensational at this stage of the game, and they are working very hard to hold the ball in like they have here at centre half forward. We see Herbert down on his hands and knees trying to bring the ball out. It comes out eventually, a little kick there, but it's cleaned up nicely by Michael Stevens, and he's going to just slow things down here for Central Districts. Kicks the ball out towards the outer wing, towards the past players' marquee. Marco Bello has it. He goes back to Matty Slade, and Slade finds Heath Hopwood in the centre of the ground. Hopwood in short, looking for Chris Gowans. He decides to leave it for his brother and James Gowans there, and we're going to see James Gowans. He's got no one on the mark. Is he going to play on? No. He's decided that what he will do is go back purposefully, and he's going to be kicking from probably about 48 metres out, almost directly in front, and looking to score. James Gowans be looking to score his 25th goal for the year.
Okay, waiting now for James Gowans. One of the St Kilda connection here in the Central District lineup. There's about 5 boys who've had some experience there, either at senior or reserves level. He made it to seniors. And here comes James Gowans. Normally a beautiful kick, and that is no exception. He's put it through, and a much-needed goal here to Central District. That's got them warmed up here at the Elizabeth Oval. And on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, Central's moving on now to 2 goals for 16, but they're trading North Adelaide. 5 goals straight, 30. That's right, been a great start to North. Robbie Neal.
Well, they're keeping in touch, and that's probably the important thing at this stage for Centrals. They just need a few centre-bounce clearances, which will be important. Let their forwards see the ball first, and certainly maybe 1 or 2 before quarter time would be extremely handy from their point of view.
The action just about ready to begin on the centre of the ground again. It is going to be... is that Big Schooler there? No, it's not. It's Luke Cowan who's actually taking the knockout. Going for the ball up here with Herbert. Superb tap out, that one from Herbert. Got it across there to his teammate in Cassidy, who's been a good player. Leal down towards centre half forward. Cornelius the Prince there. And big Adam Morgan tries to charge through. Picked up here, though, by the North Adelaide boy there in Moritz. And he kicks across the face of goal. Looking down there for Hargraves. The ball is still in play. No, it's not. It's gone across. And there's going to be a throw-in.
Moritz has had a good 5 minutes of football. Come on, laid a couple of good tackles. Got to the front of the pack and cleaned up the ball, which is what his role is. So he's actually started the game really, really well.
Here's the throw now, deep in the forward pocket. It is North Adelaide in attack. Big Lucas Herbert, who's rucking superbly. A hand pass came out there, and a snapshot for goal here by Paul James. Is it going to go? No, it's not. It's been knocked away. And boy, that was close too. But magnificent first quarter by North Adelaide. They lead 5 goals straight, 30 over Central District. The reigning premiers, 2 goals for 16. The margin is 14 points. For North Adelaide, the goals have been kicked by Daniel Hargraves with 3, Darryl Wintle and Lucas Herbert 1 apiece. And for Central District, James Gowan and Marco Bello have kicked the goals. So the margin 14 points in favour of North Adelaide. We're at the Elizabeth Oval. This is where local footy comes to life.
Thanks to Marshall Thompson Homes, it's time to go above and beyond.
Write, email or fax us about a business or company that has gone above and beyond great service.
And we'll send out beautiful Villies cakes and Spring Valley fruit juices and nectars.
We don't expect it, but we certainly appreciate it here at the Elizabeth Oval. It's the Mr. Clip match of the round. It is North Adelaide, 5 goals straight, 30, leading Centrals 2-4-16 to start the second quarter. Richard Fox with the ball in the centre. He's the umpire, and here's Mark Soderstrom.
Herbert for North Adelaide versus Cowan from Central Districts, playing his first game in a little while. Cowan, neither of them can get the tap out there, and we see North Adelaide start the quarter like they finished it, very, very hard and close there, and they're able to wrap Central Districts up, and we're going to see umpire Fox looking to bounce the ball only a couple of metres away from the centre circle where he did start. Herbert pushes Cowan out the way. Cowan gets both hands up and able to knock it forward in the direction of Healy. Healy flicks out a handball. North Adelaide again strong in through the middle there. We're with Gowans. Gowans on the right foot. Goes to the ball. We see Bicky's Arnott long from 50 metres. How's he gone? Yes, he's kicked it. Simon Arnott, 50 seconds into the first quarter, is able to kick the ball from about 55 metres out and register Central District's third goal. Absolutely fantastic start, Robbie Neal.
Well, it'd be interesting to see whether Alistair Clarkson actually tapped into some part of Central's armoury, whether it was their mind and said, hey, guys, look, if we can just scramble a win today, that's great. It's a good sign if we're not playing well and we win, and that's an ideal start, and it's just going to get the side nice and buoyant, I'd say, now.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. Just to get the play underway, once again, Lucas Herbert here doing battle with Cowan. Cowan, a magnificent tap out, got it across there to James Down, couldn't quite break clear. There's little Scotty Leal, he's got good hands too, got it out here to Ebert. Daniel Ebert pushed off the ball this time, will be taken away by, well, no one in particular. There's almost a replay of a World Cup game there, I thought, the way the boys were trying to soccer it along. But there's going to be a bounce up this time in the true centre half forward position. Central's in attack.
It's funny that North Adelaide certainly have been the dominant side, but now Central Districts get that goal. They're actually only 8 points behind. Another goal now would see them a couple behind, and they're almost back into it.
Brett Knoll gets another kick there. Sorry, I was going to say Mark, but it was Matt who got the kick. I was going to say Matt, but it was Matty Slade. Got it down here now to where James Gowans. He's under a bit of pressure. A tap on there from his brother, Chris Gowans. Only about 20 metres out from goal, but coming out from defence there we find North Adelaide. Oh, Knowles went in, tried to bump an opponent. A hand pass from Tim Cook actually came back to Brett Knowles. It's a funny old kick. Sometimes he doesn't do the most with them. It's about his ninth possession, though. He certainly won it a lot. Picked up there by Matthew Slade. He gets a round of applause there from his teammates. Timmy Cook is caught with the ball, and umpire Tim Pfeiffer says he couldn't get rid of it, and I think that was a very, very fair decision too. Oh, I tell you what, the supporters are ruthless sometimes, Robbie, aren't they?
They certainly are, and the umpires are certainly earning their money at the moment.
They are, and a couple of, well, certainly experienced umpires in Pfeiffer and Fox, and umpire Broadbridge learning from them as well. There was the bounce up, grabbed there by James Gowans, but he was grabbed, and there's going to be another bounce up this time. It's on the half-forward line with Central District in attack.
I think it's probably the first time all year Central District's clearly the best tackling side in the competition. Seem to have some rivals today because the Roosters are being very, very fierce in their tackling. Pfeiffer bounces the ball. Cowans again with that great leap over the top of Herbert, gets the tap down, and very scrappy play again. Players looking to tackle each other very, very vigorously, and umpire Pfeiffer has no option but to bounce the ball again. We are about 55 metres out from the Central District's goals, right in front of the North Adelaide interchange bench on the grandstand side as Pfeiffer bounces the ball.
There's the bounce up there. Right over the top was Brooks, but not real effective that time. Got it across to one of his Port Power teammates in Michael Stevens. He goes long with that kick. Will be taken away here, though, by North Adelaide's Ray Ebel, the dependable full-back. Goes for the boundary line. It won't get there, though. It'll land in the hands of the opposition captain, Daniel Healy. He, in turn, got it across to Arnott, who's been Central's best player so far. There's another kick there from Healy, and did it particularly well. Got it across there in towards a goal, but it was relieved at the last moment there by North Adelaide, and a good strong mark on that last line of defence by Brett White. Out towards the half-back line he goes. Will be taken here by the player in Ford, and eventually he gives it up, and North Adelaide come through there through Wintle. He in turn got it across to a teammate in Cassidy. He's been busy today. He in turn gets it across here to one of his teammates deep on the outer side in Bamford. Bamford runs down the centre wing. Another hand pass comes out there from Adrian Moritz, or Andrew Moritz. Another hand pass from North Adelaide. I tell you what, they're working hard. Another hand pass came out there across to Morgan. Here's a chance for North Adelaide. Yet another hand pass. Let's see what comes out of this. A left foot snapshot for goal, and it's through. It is through. I honestly didn't think it was going to get there, and it was Justin Cassidy who put that one through, and hasn't he been a valuable player today? The former Central District boy on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. North Adelaide, 6 goals straight, 36, leading Central's 3-4-22. Robbie.
Well, we were mentioning earlier how so does this ground could actually suit North Adelaide, and that was evident there. They probably about, I reckon there was probably almost a dozen handballs in that passage of play, running forward, supporting each other. Guys were giving handballs and then pushing again to help. And the end result was a goal to Justin Cassidy against his old side.
Okay, umpire Broadbridge at the 5-minute mark here of the second quarter looks to bounce the ball. Herbert again going up against Luke Cowan, who has done a good job since he came into the ruck. It's with Bello, the Cleo Bachelor. He's able to get the ball again. Gives a little handball out on the left to Daniel Healy. The skipper on the left foot goes long, looking up towards Scholar at full forward. He can't take the mark. Good defence by North Adelaide here, and they're going to run the ball out, looking to bring it over towards the grandstand side. And we're going to see a little bit of a pack start to form here. North Adelaide still maintain possession. Herbert gets the ball, Koutafidis like in the one hand, bangs out a handball to the skipper, Wintle in the centre. He goes over to Leal. Leal on there to Ebert. Ebert kicks a little bit of a worm burner, and it finds Nathan Steinburner. He gives the ball up probably a little easy. The Prince and Cornelius back to Wintle. Wintle through the hands of Morgan. Central District's looking to mop up here. It comes out towards the dependable Hurricane Heath Hopwood. Screws run around on the right foot around his shoulder and finds Benny Walton just in front of the grandstand.
Benny Walton, a diving mark there. That would have made Shane Ward at first slip rather happy the way he took that. And this time Danny Stevens goes for the mark. One grab on one side of the boundary line and then took the mark on the other side. And why the spectators get upset at that, I never know, because it's pretty basic what happened there, and it's out of bounds. That's the real story. There's the throw-in. It's Lucas Herbert, who's been superb so far. Cassidy knocked off the ball but picked up by Wintle, who's been a good player so far. The North Adelaide captain, his target was Morgan, couldn't take it across half forward. A hand pass came out there from North Adelaide. That was good football. It was Heath Uni who got it across there to James. It's deep in the North Adelaide attacking zone. Boy, they are relentless in their tackling so far. Can they maintain it? Who knows? But Damien Hicks goes for the safety of the boundary line, 45 metres out from the North Adelaide goal. Robbie Neal, more comments.
The instinctive handball by the North players at the moment has been fantastic. They're not hesitating, not trying to beat tackles, just giving the ball, and it's just so predictable amongst each other. And look, the results are showing on the scoreboard at the moment.
Scotty Bamford on about 50 metres, hugging tight against the boundary line, goes on the right foot looking for goal. Absolutely sensational, Scotty Bamford. Just measured that kick perfectly. He was pretty tight there in the traffic, but he had the composure to be able to have a look around, decided that he was going to have a shot and kick truly on the right foot. Great play by Scotty Bamford, the man with experience at 3 different AFL clubs there, Doug. Yeah,
superb football. He's great to watch, isn't he? I mean, he reminds me so much of Aussie Jones. He's a little bit taller, similar sort of a build. He's probably not quite as solid as Aussie Jones, if you can say that. But just the way when he gets the ball, puts the ball under one arm, and then can kick the ball 50, 60 metres and knows where the goals are. And wonderful stuff.
He does back himself for pace because he knows there's probably very, very few players in the SANFL who are as quick as him, so he can tuck it under the arm, as you mentioned.
Exactly.
And just go hell for leather.
Gee, the way I did that, I think I could do special comments, Robbie. And this time at Central District through Michael Stevens right up in towards the teeth of goal. Almost a mark. The umpies paid it. Now, whether it was or not, I don't know. I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes here too, by the way. And I think Central District, they're getting bitten by a North Adelaide rooster. North 7 goals straight, 42 on the Mr. Cliff scoreboard. Leading Centrals 3-4-22. 8.5 minutes gone here in the second quarter.
Great mark by Danny Stevens there back into a pack. He goes in looking for Paul Sculler on the lead, but it has been cut off by North Adelaide here, and we're going to see that Barry Brooks, the big fella, comes out towards the grandstand side. Damien Arnold's up, Lucas Herbert's up. None of them can take the grab. Justin Castley, who has been busy all day, gets the ball out. It comes out towards Brett Knowles. Quick little handball in there to Andrew Moritz. North Adelaide still trying to maintain possession here, but Daniel Healy collects the turnover, gives it out to Nathan Steinburner in Speedy Gonzalez, shoots the ball out towards James Gowans, and he is looking for his brother in Chris on the 50-metre mark. Chris Gowans on the left foot looking to go to the top of the square. Oh, but it's all North Adelaide, and the mark is taken there by Brett White, who has done a stellar job in defence there, been very, very composed and probably chipped in for about his 4th mark in defence.
Magnificent football by North again, and that man Bamford it is who goes down past the players marquee on the outer side of the ground, but his kick was cut off there by Brian Herrera, who judged it better than Adam Morgan in that centre half back position. Gets it across there toward his teammate, the big left footer there in Tyson Hay. That's right, I haven't seen him in the senior colours for a couple of games. He was in the state squad, then back to the twos he went. The kick by Benny Walton in towards centre half forward through the fingers of big Kynan Ford, the former Springvale Scorpion it is. Gets the ball across though to a teammate. There's no doubt about his endeavour. Michael Stevens couldn't break clear. That's one of the rare times you'll see that in this level of footy. Gerald Cornelius got a hand pass away there to Brett Knowles. He in turn goes with a left foot one across there to Cassidy. Cassidy took the mark across to James. James on to Uni. Uni it is. Umpire's fallen over in the centre of the ground. It was umpire Tim Pfeiffer. He's up on his feet again. And the action down towards centre half forward, and Hargraves has taken the mark. Goodness me, there are more thrills and spills here than at Rolly Park in years gone by. North Adelaide 7 goals straight, 42, leading Centrals by 20 points, 3-4-22, the Mr. Clip scoreboard.
I think the composure of North Adelaide's youngsters is fantastic to see. Like, they're not willing to give the ball up very easily, and they're not kicking it just anywhere indiscriminately. They're actually looking for a player, and if there's no one there, they'll actually hold on to it until there is someone there. Danny Hargraves on the right foot from about 40 metres out, kicks truly. He's kicked his 4th goal. And at the 11-minute mark here of the second quarter, Central District seem to be struggling a little bit here as North Adelaide move on very nicely to 8 goals straight 48. Central District's 3 goals for 22 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. And you're listening to
Mark
local football
Soderstrom
here with Life FM, where local footy comes to life.
Well, the interesting thing is that we're here a couple of Mondays back, and some important players for Centrals that day. Danny Stevens probably hasn't been involved in the game a hell of a lot so far, and Ben Walton's probably another. If they can get a lift out of those two especially, and then some of the senior players jump on board, things could start happening. But at the moment, North Adelaide have got a sniff and they're going with it.
Well, I'd say apart from Arnott and Daniel Healy, and the Gowans are getting into it a little bit more now, but they are really struggling. North Adelaide again bring the ball out of the centre. This time a good relieving mark is taken by the Hurricane. This is Heath Hopwood takes the mark on the half-back
and
flank.
Cornelius has actually just gone in the ruck to give Herbert a rest. So we saw Fowden swapping with Herbert earlier. Fowden's gone off with that injury. So now Cornelius gets his chance up forward. The ball comes out from Hopwood towards Nathan Steinburner. The speed machine has 2 bounces. And the umpire looks for... No, he's decided keep going. There was an advantage down the field paid. Steinburner goes on. We're with Central Districts here as they start to enter their attacking 50. Ball goes up. Brett White again is pretty strong in defence. Cowan's in there trying to get it out. The ball's flicked. It's gone up high. And Benny Walton takes a good mark. The umpire said, no, it must be touched off the boot. The supporters, like us up here in the commentary box, did think that Ben Walton had taken a good mark there on the top of the square, but umpire Pfeiffer deems that it must have been touched off the boot there. Walton was wrapped up pretty quickly by the North Adelaide defence, has been the case all day, and he's going to bounce the ball. We're about 5 metres out from goal for North Adelaide, just on a slight angle there, and they're going to look to for Central District, but North Adelaide are going to bring the ball out through Cowan. He goes out through Knowles, and he goes out towards the outer wing. Another throw in here at the 12-minute mark.
I make it around about 13 possessions so far for Brett Knowles. You probably wouldn't think so, but I've been following his activity. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 hand passes, and it must be about 8 kicks so far. It's been a sensational performance, and Daniel Healy, I've been keeping tabs on him, so we'll let you know how the boys are going at half-time. This time the ball is on the 50-metre line. It is Central District in attack, and it's gone across the line and out of bounds right near the cool drink. It looks like the cool drink stand over there. At the moment on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, North Adelaide 8 goals straight, 48. They're leading Centrals 3-4-22. Special comments from Robbie Deal.
Well, the accountability of North has been very good. They're actually forcing, especially the Centrals defenders, to kick sideways.
Here's a flying shot for goal, and I think the skipper has put it through. This one, a good goal. This one kicked by Daniel Healy. Sorry to butt in then, Robbie, but that was pretty important, I think. And Central District's 4th goal for the afternoon, but it's almost halfway through this second quarter before they got it. Central's 4 goals 4, which of course is 28, but trailing North Adelaide 8 goals straight. 48. The margin is 20 points in favour of North.
Robbie, you made a great point earlier where North Adelaide are very good at bounce downs and throw-ins, and those set sort of plays, I think Daryl Hart has worked very, very hard with them to be able to move the ball back from those 50-50 contests, and we've seen that that's been the case as we see the vice-captain in Rick McGowan come on the ground, and he replaces Danny Stevens.
There's the bounce up on the centre of the ground. It looked like Little Slade who got the tap out that time, but Scotty Bamford, who's had a pretty good second quarter, goes in towards the half-forward line, and the mark taken here by Andrew Moritz. I like this young lad as a player. Very, very neat left footer. Up he goes towards centre half forward. It's a Central's mark, though, in front. Good, solid mark taken there by big Damien Arnold, the mechanic. He, in turn, got it across there to skipper in Daniel Healy, who's been a very good player so far for Centrals. There's a player held without the ball. The umpy was unsighted, though. I can see the umpy, but he couldn't see what was happening. That's what we're trying to say. And it's going to be another bounce up this time. True centre wing position. It's on the grandstand side here at the Elizabeth Oval, with North Adelaide leading Centrals at the 15-minute mark of the second quarter by 20 points. That's the Mr. Clip match of the day.
Fox bounces the ball. Arnold can't quite get the tap down. Once again, we're going to see another bounce down as the players are so eager and determined to keep the ball in. Neither side are really letting the ball flip out and continue to move that way. So very, very keen on keeping the ball in. Another 50-50 contest here as the umpire bounces the ball. Ball's tried to be knocked out there by North Adelaide. Gowans goes to McGowan. McGowan very, very high. The ball's over the grandstand. We can't see it at the moment. It comes down. Big collision as Benny Walton's in there. And the ball's coming out towards the point of the half-forward line for North Adelaide. But a good mark by Biggie Zarnett, who actually started the game very, very well. Was a little quiet at the start of this second quarter, but just getting back into the game. Gives it to Chris Gowans. Gowans on to Hay, who has returned to the side today. and he finds Murray Hamblin, who is going to be about 52 metres out. Hamblin goes in short, looking for a raider. It's over his head, but Heath Hopwood, Hurricane Heath Hopwood's got the mark here. He's about 50 metres out, so he's going to be kicking from right on 50. He goes in short. The lead's on by Luke Cowan, and yes, he finds him nicely. So we're going to see Luke Cowan having a shot here. He's going to be about 25 metres out from goal on about a 45-degree angle. And Luke Cowan also returning to the side like Tyson Hay today, whose form in the reserves has been very good. He's really, we spoke with last week, I think it was Paul Thomas, had a rest from the central team, probably through no fault of his own. It wasn't that his form wasn't any good, it was just that Ben Walton was playing so good that he had to come in. Same case here with Luke Cowan. And as he's come in to have his kick, he's registered his first behind for the day. Central Districts move along to 4 goals, 5-29. North Adelaide out in front, 8 goals straight, 48 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. Just coming up to 17 minutes of this second quarter.
Tim Cook kicks the ball out for North Adelaide. It's marked here by Ebert. He in turn gets it across to the player there in White. White, who's been most impressive today, and the ball comes back here to Vicky's Arnott. Arnott in the centre of the ground, kicks the ball long, up towards centre half forward. Up goes Cornelius, over the top though. Knocking the ball away was White. That was sensational. A hand pass came out there from Glashenko. And at North Adelaide go forward once again. In towards centre half forward they go. It's Big Morgan in there. He tries to scoop the ball out. Picked up though by Arnott. He is tackled strongly, and umpire Richard Fox will come in and bounce the ball. Did I get another Mozzie? I noticed you commentating a while ago there, Mark, and you actually reached out, and I think you got it with one hand, the Mozzie. I tell you what, they'll be signing you up. It's 8 goals straight, North Adelaide, 48 points, leading Centrals. That's right, leading Centrals 4-5-29.
Arnott and Brooks do the right work. Arnott with the left hand brings it down in front. Another pack's about to form here. Marco Bello standing over the top. He's got the one arm up, appealing for holding the ball. Umpire Fox wants nothing to do with it as another Mozzie shoots in front of us here, and we're able to grab that. And we're going to see another bounce down here, right at the true centre half forward position for North Adelaide there. And big Barry Brooks goes for the big right-handed punch. Comes out towards Michael Stevens. He traps the ball nicely. Gets back up, jams the ball onto his right foot. Coming out looking towards Marco Bello. Doesn't bounce too well for him. North Adelaide looking to clean the ball up nicely here through Paul James, the brother of Brett from Norwood. He goes up to centre half forward. Mark can't be taken by any players here. Ball's going to be flicked out by Casserly, looking good for North Adelaide. But umpire Broadbridge, just as North Adelaide were about to run into an open goal, brings it back, awards the ball to Central Districts, and we're with Hicks out on the grandstand wing. He goes up looking for Matty Slade. He palms the ball in front of him, gets control of it. Big sweeping left-hand handball towards Marco Bello. Pops one out towards Speedy Gonzalez Steinberner. He forces it out towards Bello. Bello's wrapped up beautifully by 2 North Adelaide players. The North supporters one holding the ball. It's not coming there. Knowles gets another handball. Chalks up more possessions. Ball's brought down there by Staples. He goes long and high to centre half forward. Roved beautifully by Morgan. He steadies on the left foot, bends it around sensationally. Adam Morgan, what a magnificent kick, doing the work of the Rovers. And Adam Morgan slots through a goal there, and North Adelaide's 9th.
They're making their own luck, aren't they? I mean, the tackling on centre wing here by the North players, there's a tackle on Bello, there was a tackle on Matty Slade, which dispossessed them. North ran it away with quick hands, and it's just reward for Adam Morgan. Fantastic hard work ethic by the North boys, and he kicked it on his left. I suppose he might only get 3 out of 10 if he tried it again, but it's fantastic to see him get rewarded, and terrific play. I'm enjoying watching this at the moment.
It is good stuff, isn't it? I mean, with due respect to Central supporters, because I mean, here's a team, mid-range team, North Adelaide, and here they are now, 9 goals straight, 54 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, and Central District 4-5-29. The margin is 25 points. Another ball up in the centre. Gavin, more updates.
Yes, thank you, Doug. At the Bay Oval, Woodville West Torrens, 10 goals 2, 62 lead. Glenelg 4-2, 26, a 36-point margin. And at Unley Oval, South 5-2, 32, leads to 2-6, 18, a 14-point margin in favour of South. Back to you.
Action back in the centre of the ground, yes.
So you mentioned today could be a day of upsets in the SANFL, and we see South a couple of goals up on North.
Here's another chance, though.
Through, Hargraves about to kick another goal. Oh, no, he's missed what he should have taken from about 20 metres out.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Doug, you're just saying that could be a day of upsets. We see Central Districts are struggling here to North Adelaide as Hargraves kicks North's first behind for the day. North 9 goals, 155. Central District's 4-5-29 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. We've played 20 minutes into the second quarter of round 12 SANFL football at Nap Oval.
Melbourne by 8 points in the game against the Crows. Brett Knowles went up there. A lot of courage shown at the front of a pack. The umpire comes in, says it will be a free kick to Central District. And going back to take this free kick there is Heath Hurricane Hopgood. The hand pass came out, Hopwood at least, came out there to Nathan Steinberner, who in turn got it across there to his teammate in Benny Walton, the former Saint. Down towards half 40 goes, and big Murray Hamlin it is who takes the mark. Hamlin now. Good kick with both feet, this time onto the left foot. Oh, the ball bounces very, very awkwardly, this one, almost like playing cricket on a sticky wicket. Here's Matty Slade, a snapshot for goal. Just offline with that one for the little goal sneak rover. And in the state team last week, that's his first score for the afternoon, the little Craig Moore school teacher. And Central's on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, 4-6-30, trading North Adelaide 9-1-55. Another flock of seagulls coming in and surrounding the Elizabeth City end of the ground here as Tim Cook goes in short and finds Justin Cassidy.
One thing North Adelaide have been able to do is move the ball out from full-back very, very well. As I say that, Cook goes to Cassidy back to Cook, and then Cook gets the second possession out from the kick-out, but kicks it straight out of bounds on the full towards the interchange bench for North Adelaide. McGowan brings the ball in. He finds Bickies Arnott, who's racking up stats again, as he has been for the last month or so. Arnott goes long towards full forward, looking for Cowan. He's up. Has he taken it? Yes, he has. That is a great grab. Luke Cowan from behind takes the ball from 2 grabs there, and Luke Cowan, who has been quite good today, he's done a little bit of ruck work. He's presented himself up at full forward nicely a couple of times. He's kicked 2 behinds, and he's looking to register his first goal for the day. He's kicking down towards the southern end here. He's about 25 metres out, directly in front, and this is something that Luke Cowan should be able to accomplish, I would imagine, comfortably here. Robbie, he's a pretty good kicker, and he has had some good form in the reserves.
It's terrific, and as he's lining up here, he's a beautiful kick, Luke Cowan, as well, but it's a Steve Kernahan, and he's missed it.
You give a guy a rap, and he lets you down.
What's he do?
3 behinds for Luke Cowan today.
Yeah, amazing stuff.
I was going to bite my tongue too and not say that.
I'm going to make a statement there, Robbie. I'm not giving any bloke a rap before a kick today, and we'll see some straight kicking. Okay, so no more raps for blokes when they have a shot of goal.
Here's a chance now for North Adelaide to defend, but it's Centrals who go forward again. This time it's Bickies Arnott who fires away at goal. He's off target too. It's one of those days when everything's happening for North and full marks to them, and it's just not happening for Centrals in cases like that. I mean, we've seen Centrals. They normally nail those goals, but it's gone through for another minor score. Centrals now 4-7, 4-8 in fact. 4 goals, 8, 32. And they are trading North Adelaide 9 goals, 155. Centrals have had more scoring shots as the North Adelaide Little Leaguers come out, and I believe they're from the Durnan Court Primary School, and the young lads from Angaston Primary School representing Central District. They're already out here watching the game, and what a thrill for them and for their parents too. Anyway, the ball is going to be taken on the outer side of the ground here. It will be with North Adelaide, and here's Mark Soderstrom.
Travis Glashenko, the former Essendon supplementary list player, goes up towards the outer wing. Great grab there by big Barry Brooks. Tough grab there. He had Brian Herrera on his back, but he was still able to use his strength to take a good grab. He continues to go along the boundary line there, looking for a player there in Danny Hargraves, and once again he's taken a good grab on the chest. He's about 65 metres out. He's not going to go for goal. He goes in short. Scotty Bamford takes a good grab there just in front of the kiosk, and Scotty Bamford, the diminutive speedster who normally runs along the wing there on fire, has taken a great grab. He's about 25-30 metres out. Very, very tight angle there, kicking towards the Elizabeth City end, right in front of the Mr. Clip scoreboard. Scotty Bamford comes in on the right, sits back on it, tries to steer it through with his body, but Damien Arnold just says, I'll tap it through for a behind. North Adelaide register their second behind for the day. They move along to 9 goals, 56. Central District's 4-8-32. We've played 25 minutes into the second quarter, and we're going to get a quick update from the Adelaide Crows.
Adelaide 7 goals, 850. Trail Melbourne 7-11, 53. 3 points in favour of Melbourne.
as Tyson Hay brings the ball in. Not a terribly effective kick, although it might work out that way. Yes, it does. It was taken here by Hicks. Hicks across to Arnold. Arnold goes down towards the wing position. Tapped on here by Little Bello. Comes back to him this time. Got it over there to his teammate in Arnott. In towards centre half forward, it was going to be James Gowan who almost took it, but Brett White, who's been a real star today for North Adelaide, kicks out now towards the outer side of the ground, and the mark is taken out there by Tim Cook, his vice-captain. He drops the ball in short, and the mark taken this time by Brett Knowles. I reckon this will be about possession number 16 or 17 for Brett Knowles. We'll add him up at half-time. He's on the half-back flank now. The former St Kilda boy played over 40 games with the Saints. He's only a young man now. He's only about 23 or so. Oh, good mark taken here by Damien Arnold for Central District behind the pack. He went for the hand pass. Got it across here now to Chris Gowans into centre half forward. Another almost a mark taken by his brother in James Gowans. Picked up by Michael Stevens. Here's a chance now for the Central District club. The ball is on the ground. Here's a snapshot for goal by Danny Stevens. And it's something that the Central District supporters have been wanting for a long time, but just a chance to warm up those hands. And it's a goal on the Mr Clip scoreboard. Central's 5 goals, 8-38. But trailing North Adelaide 9-2-56. Another update from Gavin.
Yes, thank you, Doug. Melbourne have just kicked a goal. 8-11-59 lead Adelaide Crows 7-8-50, a 9-point margin. And in the other local games being played today, Woodville West Torrens 10-2-62, Glenelg 4-2-26, a 36-point margin there. And at the Unley Oval, South Adelaide 6 goals 2-38. Yes, Doug, you'll be pleased here. Sturt 2 goals 7-19. That's a 19-point margin in favour of the Panthers.
Lucas Herbert doing the ruck work for North Adelaide. Gets a big tap over, looking towards going out the outer there. Darryl Wintle overruns the ball, but he gets back on it. He's wrapped up nicely there by Benny Walton. Still with North Adelaide, though. And Scotty Leal fires a handball out just as the siren goes to signal that it's half-time here. And at the Napa Oval, Central Districts, for the first time in a little while, are trailing at half-time. They're 5 goals, 8-38. North Adelaide 9 goals, 2-56 on the Mr Clip scoreboard. So we see North Adelaide 18 points up. And
James joining us here this afternoon at our broadcast point. It is the Mr Clip match of the day. And we're just about ready to start the second half with North Adelaide in front by 18 points. Gavin, a quick update back in the studio.
Yes, thank you, Doug. Finally half-time at Unley Oval, and guess what? Sturt have sneaked in front. Sturt 6-10-46 to South 6-6-42. That's a 4-point margin in favour of the Double Blues. And quickly across the border, three-quarter time, Melbourne did kick that goal. Melbourne 12-11-83. Adelaide 9-11-65. An 18-point margin to the Demons, and I'll keep you informed throughout that last quarter.
18 points the margin here. The game has just got underway. Cornelius the Prince has taken a mark there in the half-back line for North Adelaide. Gets it across here to his teammate in Bamford, who in turn got it across there to another one of his teammates. It is number 19 in Paul James, who's taken the mark there on the wing. He drops the ball in short, and the mark is taken here by big Barry Brooks, the boy from King Island there, midway between Victoria and Tasmania. He goes in towards centre half forward. Getting up in front of the pack there was Daniel Healy. Showed a tremendous amount of courage at that time. Comes away with the ball with a long loping hand pass. Let's see who he finds. Gets it across there to Chris Gowans. The race is on. The speedster's out there in Bamford. He can't pick it up though. Pack of players forming, and I think the umpy's going to come in and bounce the ball. Yes, he does. It's on the outer side of the ground, just in play, just in front of the past players pavilion. 18 points the margin. 1 minute gone in the third quarter. The Mr Clip scoreboard.
And the word from North Adelaide at half-time, Paris Fowden has sprained his ankle. Won't take any further part in the game. And there was a bit of talk that the 5 goals Central Districts were able to get in the first half. 3 of those were from pretty basic skill errors from North Adelaide. So the word is down at North there to tighten up the skills and not give Central Districts any more goals, which they've been able to do.
Mark Soderstrom here with comments and commentary in just a moment. Robbie Neal is back from the half-time break, enjoying a beautiful 3-course meal. Not quite.
Not quite.
It would have been nice. A nice hot roast on a day like today. Go down well, wouldn't it, eh? It's not real cold. In fact, it's brought the mozzies out. So
Don't want to think about it, Doug.
18 points the margin here. We've played 2 minutes of the quarter. Umpire Pfeiffer there waving his arms in the air saying, play on, but now he's going to come in and bounce the ball midway between the centre and half-forward line with Centrals in attack.
And this quarter here, the third quarter, started like the previous two, where we've had a couple of ball-ups, 4 or 5 ball-ups to start each of the quarters, as the players are very, very strong and hard in close, just not wanting the ball to be flipped out to anyone. Brooks and Arnold do the ruck work. The ball's flicked out into the forward pocket towards that man in... is that Cornelius? The Prince seems to be running around defence now. They've moved him down to the other end of the ground since half-time. So North Adelaide bring the ball up towards the centre wing, but geez, that's a strong mark there by Tyson Hay, who's come back into the side this week and really trying to prove and hold his spot here, so he's doing some good work here. Hay goes in up towards centre half forward, looking for James Gowans, who takes a good grab, swings around, plays onto the left, into his attacking 50, and he's found the safety of his captain, Daniel Healy, taking a good grab there. Gowans just shot the ball across the ground a little bit there, so we see Healy not much closer to goal. He's about 50 metres he's going to be kicking from. Lucas Herbert just hobbles off the ground there. Ben Casey comes on for his first run. Hopefully Herbert's just having a rest and there isn't anything serious there, because he has been sensational today. The captain, Healy, long on the left foot. A sensational kick straight through the middle there. Kicks Central District's first goal for this third quarter, and at 3.5 minutes into the third quarter here at Napa Oval, round 12 SANFL football, North Adelaide lead 9 goals to 56. Central Districts are 6 goals 8, 44.
And the maths are still as good as ever. Hey, that kick, Robbie, that kick must have gone 60, 65 metres. It was a beauty.
He times them beautifully, Heels. He just very casual in his approach. But look, Centrals have had 14 scoring shots, which is quite surprising. And look, they're certainly in this game, and getting that first one was certainly what the doctor ordered as far as the Dogs were concerned.
Barry Brooks up very high, got the tap out, but taken away by Tyson Hay. Down towards half forward he goes, and Marco Bello. Centrals look different this quarter. Bello swings around on that familiar left foot of his. Oh! Luke Cowan was up there with the birds, I tell you what. Couldn't take the mark, though. Taken here by Wintle. Got it across there to his teammate out there in Paul James. Goes toward the wing. Another hand pass from North Adelaide. They're going forward. It's the speedster here in Bamford. Oh, almost gaining on him there was Steinberger. In towards centre half forward go North Adelaide. Boy, they are going to miss Big Herbert if he is injured. But North Adelaide now another chance. They pick it up here through Ebert. A hand pass there from Paul James once again. Here's a chance for North Adelaide. I think they've kicked a goal. They have kicked a goal. And it is Daniel Hargraves who's put through his 5th goal for the afternoon. That's a pretty good performance by the state full forward, and North Adelaide 10-62 on the Mr. Cliff scoreboard. Central District 6-8-44.
Doug, Danny Hargraves has kicked 5-1, and the one that he did miss is probably the easier of the 6 shots that he has had. So starting off very, very well in this third quarter and finishing on from the first 2 quarters where he has been by far the dominant forward on the ground.
Robbie Neal, why isn't Danny Hargraves playing AFL footy?
That's what I'd like to know too, Doug. I'm not too sure, but look, he's a terrific player, and obviously he maybe didn't give himself the best chance of getting the most out of his ability. Maybe we can put it down to that. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't know.
5.5 minutes into the third quarter here. The ball's bounced up. Central District's looking to move it out of the centre circle there. Still players are running around the circle. McGowan's trying to get it out. He's tackled firmly there by Barry Brooks. Umpire Richard Fox says, no, let's have another bounce. And the ball has probably only progressed about 2 metres from where it did from the initial bounce there.
Umpire Fox. Melbourne by 24 points over the Adelaide Crows in the game at the Optus Oval. There's the umpire putting it down. I was going to say puts it down in the foxhole. Not quite. It was Richard Fox, the umpire, though, if you're wondering about that little play on words. Oh, that was quite clever. In goes Steinberger, in towards centre half forward for Central District. Comes off hands this time. There's Chris Gowans in there, bullocking his way through. It's Marco Bello in there, just standing, watching the action, just waiting for that hand pass to come out, but it wasn't forthcoming. And umpire Fox will come in once again. 60 metres out from the Central's goal. They're going toward the Elizabeth City Centre end in this third quarter. And we've got cloud cover all round, although looking out there to the northeast, it looks like you might be enjoying a little bit of sunshine out that way at the moment. Central District, I tell you what, they have been hassled all day today. It has been a superb performance by North Adelaide so far. There's a hand pass this time from number 3 in Hamlin. Got it across there to his captain in Healy, who certainly hasn't been the worst player for them. I reckon he's been about their second best behind Arnott. But a mark's been taken in deep in that last line of defence here by the North Adelaide boy in Brett White. What a game he's played. Former Sydney rookie. He was actually at North Adelaide, wasn't he? Then he went up to Sydney and he's come back this year. So White's got the kick in that last line of defence. Mark Soderstrom, who knows what it is to play in defence, picks it up.
As North Adelaide bring the ball through the centre of the ground here, the man on the lead is Morgan. He can't quite take the mark. He's harassed by Hereda. Morgan and Hereda have both got the ball, trying to tackle it off each other. Comes back out to North Adelaide here. The kick comes up towards Hargraves in the forward line. Geister leads into the ball well. Scotty Bamford, the speedster's onto it. He can't get it. Hargraves is in there again. Steinburner's on top of him. It comes out towards Benny Casey. He's slung around as he goes on the right foot. Unfortunately, the ball bounces straight over Scotty Bamford's head, and we see Central Districts are able to clear there. Just very unfortunate bounce there for Scotty Bamford, because he would have been a good chance to register a goal. Heath Hopwood out towards the outer side, looking for a player there in Stevens. He overruns the ball. Couple of North Adelaide boys. It's 2-on-1. Stevens picks up the ball, and the Stevens we have here is Michael. He takes off and goes. Central Districts up towards centre half forward. The kick's low in towards James Gowans. He can't trap it. He's back on it though. He gets it now. He kicks up, looking for a player. He finds his brother in Chris. Great work there. Chris runs in through the 50 onto the right foot. His shot is great. Chrissy Gowans, great goal by both the Gowans brothers there, working well in tandem. And Chris Gowans registers a goal, and it is his, how many has he kicked for the day? His first for the day, and his 27th for the season. And we're just about to get an update from the AFL.
Yes, Melbourne 13-11-89 lead. Adelaide 9-12-66, 23 points in favour of Melbourne. Eagles 13-2-80 lead. Glenelg 5-2-32, 48-point margin. And they're about to get underway at the Unley Oval.
And we've played just on 9 minutes here of the third quarter. The big game at the Elizabeth Oval, coming over a little bit dark at the moment. But we find it's North Adelaide still leading on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. 10-2-62, a 12-point margin over Central's 7-8-50. It looks like a little bit of a fight back at the moment. I'm sort of sensing this. A beautiful tap out there from young Barry Brooks. Got it across there to Brett Knowles, but he couldn't break clear. Great first half by Knowles, and he's having a little bit of a disagreement there with Chris Gowans. They would have known each other down at St Kilda too, and I suspect they're just asking what their plans are for Christmas or something like that anyway. Here's the ball back there with, it's Knowles who gets the last laugh this time, because he got his foot to the ball down towards half forward. Nathan Steinburner, who's getting a few touches now, goes with the left foot. It's not terribly pretty, that one to watch, but it's quite effective. Lands in the arms of Murray Hamblin. He swings it round in towards the centre half forward position. Picked up here by Cornelius. The Centrals fans won't like it, but the Prince has got the free kick. This is Gerald Cornelius, pushed in the back. And if I can quote him, Shane Harris is giving us the nod there by saying, yes, definitely a free kick. And Cornelius it was who's taken it. It's been fairly impressive in defence. And that's play on. Yes, it is play on. As big Damien Arnold gets it across here to Bicky Zarnett. The game's coming alive. In short he goes, and Kynan Ford takes the mark.
The big Scorpion, Kynan Ford, takes a good mark. He's about 40 metres out from goal here. Probably kicking on about the 50, I'd imagine. And Cornelius there trapped the ball beautifully. He was awarded the free kick, probably somewhat fortunately, because he did all the hard work trapping the ball. Probably held on to it a little bit too long there, and the tackle was a little bit clumsy. But North did get the kick, but Central District's good enough to force a turnover. Big Kynan Ford from about 50 on the right foot. The kick looks very, very nice. All the players like it, the crowd likes it, and importantly, the man in white, the umpire, likes it. Puts up the two fingers. Kynan Ford registers a goal. That's his first for the day. Central District's fighting back, as Doug mentioned earlier. They move on to 9 goals 8. No, they're 8 goals 8. 56, and North Adelaide are 10-2-62. We're just coming in the 11-minute mark of the third quarter here at Nap Oval, as a blanket of darkness is coming across here. It's just really the last couple of minutes. Looks like someone's just about pulled the curtains across the ground, and could be a chance where we need some lights on again.
I reckon you might be right there. Very much a danger time, and you might want to make a comment on this one in a moment, Robbie. Robbie Neal here with us. Lucas Herbert limping off the ground a while ago, been fairly significant. We'll get your thoughts on that one. The ball comes in towards half forward here for the North Adelaide team, and the mark is taken here by the very solidly built Justin Cassidy. And he goes in towards half forward, and umpire Fox says it's a free kick this time to Daniel Ebert. Yeah, Lucas Herbert off the ground, fairly significant, Robbie.
His ruck work's been sensational so far, Doug, so hopefully it's just a bit of soreness and they can get some magic spray onto him or something like that, and hopefully get him back on the park within the next few minutes.
Oh, here's a snapshot for goal this time from Morgan. He actually grabbed the ball off the pack there after that kick went in from Ebert, and he's put it out of bounds. Yes, it is out of bounds, and a throw-in to take place. He went right across the face of goal, and a throw-in deep in the North Adelaide attacking zone.
If Lucas Herbert is injured and struggling to come back on, North Adelaide are actually down to 19 men now, because we did see Paris Fowden go on. We know he's not going to take any further part. As the ball comes out to North Adelaide, the kick smothered by Central Districts. They are a great team at their smothers and their tackles and their 1%ers in close. Works well there. There's a race for the ball towards the boundary line between Stevens and Leal. They don't take it out, they keep going. Leal on the ball. Stevens wraps him up. The crowd go berserk. They want the umpire in Pfeiffer there to award a free kick, but correctly he decides, I'm going to bounce the ball. Great work by Scotty Leal, and also great work by Danny Stevens. Two racehorses just going hell for leather at the ball together.
Well, I don't disagree with too many of the people here, but I thought that if anyone was going to get the free kick, it would have been Scott Leal. But anyway, umpire Pfeiffer right on the job. That was probably a right decision in the air. It comes back to Leal this time. Maybe that's justice. He gets the kick, goes in towards half forward this time. Not a real good kick. It went high in the air as North Adelaide wrapped the ball up once again, and Danny Stevens applying the tackle there on Brett Knowles. Is it Knowles getting up off the bottom of the pack? No, it's not. Heath Uni. And there is going to be another bounce up just in from the boundary line on the half-forward line, and North Adelaide in attack.
And as it gets a little darker, the rain starts to fall. We can see all the umbrellas go up around the ground. Arnold gets the right-hand tap down towards Bello. He can't get it. Knowles is going to see the ball over the line. Tyson Hayes in there. Ebert's in there. Bellows in there. Scotty Leal's in there. And also is James Gowans. But we're going to see a throw in here. We have played 13.5 minutes into the third quarter. Central District's starting to figure into some sort of fight back here, and they're only 6 points down. The ball comes out towards Knowles again, and we've called him often today. He's got plenty of the ball. He kicks on the left towards Big Morgan, who has had a good day. Scotty Bamford cleverly on the right foot, brilliantly as Doug calls it, chips it over the top and finds Danny Hargraves, who, as we've mentioned a couple of times, has been a very, very dangerous forward. He has kicked 5 goals, 1 to date. He is a good chance here to register goal number 6. He's probably having the better over Paul Geister, and it's the first time in a little while we've seen Geister struggle at full back, Robbie.
Yeah, it has, and it's just his mobility, Hargraves, as he has his shot for goal. Thank you very much.
It is there. Goal number 6, Daniel Hargraves, and North Adelaide, a much-needed goal to them. It just increases the margin again. North 11 goals to 68, and leading Central's 8-8-56. The Mr. Clip scoreboard. Robbie, back to you.
To be fair to say, Sodas, you think Danny Hargraves has got to kick 9 or 10 for North to win this game?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, North, unlike Central, don't have the midfielders and the smaller players who are going to kick those 3s and 4s that we've seen the Gowans boys and Stevens and that do. So they're going to have to need that key forward like Hargraves to kick something like 10 to get a good winning score.
The interesting thing is that Damien Hicks is now standing Hargraves, and I noticed that young Ben Casey's gone down to full forward. He is actually on Geister, and he's not a terribly tall lad, but that's the way it happens. A hand pass here from Knowles. Yet another possession. Gets it across to Leal, who's been a busy player today. Down towards half forward he goes. Just a little bit too high, that kick there for Paul James, and the mark is taken by the Hurricane, aptly named because the weather looks like it's coming in. Hurricane Heath Hopwood goes in short. Luke Cowan, who's been a pretty handy player today for Central District. Beautiful kick to centre half forward. Almost a mark from behind by Hamlin. Couldn't take it though. And from about 48 metres out, umpire Pfeiffer comes in and he will bounce it. The margin 12 points here in favour of North Adelaide. It's 68, plays 56 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. I thought just a while ago that little chip kick by Scott Bamford, a real contender for the best brick and pavers team effort of the day. Absolutely superb stuff. And Melbourne by 28 points in the big game at Optus Oval. And again, there's another stalemate here. Another bounce up to occur 48 metres out from the Central District goal.
Doug, that little bit of play you mentioned before, Scotty Bamford to Hargraves, was good because Bamford was under a little bit of pressure, but like a lot of his North Adelaide teammates, he was able to hold on the ball until a positive option came up, and that was that man in Hargraves. So good work by Scotty Bamford. As we see Central Districts looking to work something out here. They're in their attacking 50. Umpire Pfeiffer's come out with a free kick. He's going to award probably one of the first free kicks for the day in one of the team's attacking 50s, and he's designated that little Matty Slade, the boy who made his debut for South Australia last week in the state game, is going to be kicking from about 48, 49 metres, and he could be stretched, Robbie, from here, do you think?
We'll soon see here, Sodas.
Non-committal Robbie Neal.
Robbie decides that he's not going to give a bloke a rap, and before half-time we decided we're not going to give a player a rap as he's shot a goal because we've been let down so many times today.
Once bitten, twice shy, mate.
Exactly. Robbie just sits back and says, let's just see what happens. And Matty Slade said, I'm going to kick a goal. If you're not going to give me a rap, I'm going to deserve one next time I have a shot.
From Robbie Neal, of course, those comments prior to Mark. Robbie, one of the straightest kicks in the competition with either feet. We would have backed you from there, Robbie.
Do you reckon? Oh, not at the moment.
No.
I can hardly kick over a jam tin at the moment, but I've got 6 weeks to work on it before I come back, Doug, so looking for beginning of August. I hope we'll be all back in process.
It'll be good to see you back there too as Brett Knowles comes off the ground. Is that the blood rule?
It is with the blood rule.
Yeah.
Yep, and coming on right now, number 34 in young Andrew Moritz. And Brett Knowles has had a swag of touches today. He's probably touched the ball about 25 times. I'll add him up at three-quarter time. He had 18 touches to half-time. And on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, it brings the margin back to 6 points. North Adelaide 11-2, 68. Central District 9-8, 62. The weather not really setting it as we thought it was going to. A hand pass came out there from Slade, was good footy. A hand pass there from his captain in Healy. Big Cowan was on the ground down there. Let's see what can develop out of this one. Will they be able to get a goal and draw the scores? Oh, they may. There's a hand pass that was intercepted by Central District, picked up there by Chris Gowans, deep down in the teeth of goal. A long hand pass here from North Adelaide, very, very close to goal. Marco Bello tries to force it through. Could be a handy point. And it takes Centrals along to 9-9, 63 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, but trailing North Adelaide 11-2, 68.
Great pressure by North Adelaide's defence again, able to hold the ball in, and in fact the free kick's been given. It's not a behind there to
no score.
North Adelaide, so they remain to Central. They remain at 9-8, 62. North 11-2, 68 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. As we see the ball rushed out on the outer side there, about 60 odd metres out from the Central District's goal. North Adelaide probably looking to withstand this Central District's comeback at the start of the third quarter. They're a goal up. We've played into about 19 minutes and we're going to see the ball thrown in here. A pack forms. North Adelaide looking to bring the ball out. Central Districts are onto it again. The pressure is very, very fierce here. The players are tackling hard as they have done all day. Once again, little handballs are trapped very, very quickly by the opposition. No free play here at all as the ball goes off the ground. North Adelaide have rushed the ball across to the top of the 50 mark. And now they're able to gain composure. Now they're able to bring the ball through their defence. The ball goes out towards Moritz. He overruns the ball. It comes to Steinburner. Steinburner spins and turns a couple of ways. He decides to then go out towards Slade and also Stevens. Stevens long towards the top of the square looking for fourth with one hand. Can't quite complete the mark. Cornelius the Prince has got a lot of pressure onto him there. Timmy Cook is looking to run the ball out of bounds, and will he do so? Yes, he will. He's right in front of the Mr. Clip scoreboard. Good play there by the Prince Cornelius. He has gone down to the back line, put on a lot of pressure there, almost pulled out of mid-air by Kynan Ford, but we're going to see another throw in there, and the ball is coming out towards Marco Bello. Bello on the left. He steadies, he goes long, and he goals. Marco Bello, the Cleo Bachelor, the boy from Box Hill, kicks a goal, his second for the game, just what Central Districts have needed, and scores a level for the first time all day. 20 minutes into the third quarter as we're just about to get an update.
At the Unley Oval, South Adelaide 7-6, 48, Trail Sturt 7-11 and 53. And at the Bay Oval, Eagles 14-3, 87, Lee Glenelg 5-3, 33, a 54-point margin of the Eagles. And across the board, it looks like Melbourne going to beat Adelaide Crows 14-11, 95, Crows 9-14, 68. A 27-point margin in favour of Melbourne.
As the rain makes its way across the Elizabeth Oval, it's not raining here now, but looking up toward the hills there, is it the Hillbank area? It looks like you're getting a shower or two at the moment. The ball back in the centre of the ground. It's Central District into attack once again. Scores are locked up here at the Elizabeth Oval. We have got a real thriller on our hands. We've played 21 minutes of this, the third quarter. Centrals have got it. It's Michael Stevens out there trying to break his way clear. Couldn't do so. Comes back to Steinburner. He's forced into a hand pass. Over to Matty Slade. A very hurried kick. Kicks very high in the air. It's a mark. No, it's not a mark this time. I thought it was almost taken there by Stevens. North Adelaide player fires the tackle on the Central District boy. Picked up here by Wintle, the North Adelaide captain. This is a real thriller. Here's a chance now for Central District. Across the goal they go there. One of the Gowans boys missed that time. They really missed them, you know. And it's gone out of bounds. Not on the full. There'll be a throw in, but deep in the Central's attacking zone. What a game, eh? This is what brings people to the footy.
And the fact now that the scores are level at 21 minutes into this third quarter, the crowd's come alive. The Central District's people are chanting and they're cheering, trying to will their boys on to get in front. Matty Slade's got the ball, gets around a couple, holds on for a little bit too long. Great tackle there by North Adelaide, and umpire Pfeiffer has correctly deemed that he's held on too long, and we're going to see a free kick to the Dow defender in Ray Ebel, the 1999 best and fairest. Gives the ball on towards Staples with the flowing locks. He goes up high towards Luke Cowan. He can't take the mark. Morgan tries to get the ball out. Brooks over the top. Has he gone towards Leal? Leal's overrun it. He can't get it. He's wrapped up by the skipper in Healy. Still can't get the ball out. Brooks is back in there again. North Adelaide squeeze the ball out through Morgan, but Tyson Hay cuts it off and takes a good mark across half-back. He in turn goes and finds James Gowan in the centre. Gowans is able to run 5 or 6 steps uncontested and finds Bicky Zarnett about 55 metres out. The Central District supporters are looking for a 50. Umpire Broadbridge says no. Barnett goes back, goes long up towards full forward. Mark can't be taken. Cornelius leads forward out for the run of the ball. Forward tackles him sharply. Bellow snares it on the left, up towards the top of the square. And the mark's been taken. No, play on. Kick over the shoulder. It's hit the post. Geez, an exciting football there. It was a great kick actually over the shoulder. He was slung and he was thrown. The umpire not deciding it was going to be a free kick. Doug, did we pick up who the player was who
was it Kynan
kicked
Ford?
That point? Might have been Kynan Ford. I think he was wrapped up.
It might have been
Benny Walton, in fact. So Benny Walton registers are behind.
Central District in front for the first time since I think about the first couple of minutes of the game. They've hit the front by just 1 point. Central's 10-9-69, leading North Adelaide 11-2-68. The Mr. Cliff scoreboard. What a game we've got here at the Elizabeth Oval. 24 minutes of the quarter gone. There's the hand pass that came out there from Cameron Staples. He got it across there to his teammate. In towards centre half forward goes Uni. Wasn't such a good one. And the very, very fleet-footed Tyson Hay, and beautiful foot skills too, on to Vicky Zarnett. A big kick up towards centre half forward. In fact, right up into the teeth of goal. A chance now for Central District. Benny Walton locks it up there. Comes away from the player there in Knowles. A hand pass out there to a teammate. Goes out towards the wing. The race is on for it right now. Let's see if little Moritz can get the ball. He's doing battle out there with James Gowan. Knocks it along in front of him. Good play, young Moritz. The ball is still in play. Will it be picked up? Yes, it will. A hand pass there from Hay. And it will be a free kick to North Adelaide. Magnificent tackle this time.
And a great decision.
Bamford. And a great decision too by umpire Keith Broadbridge. In towards centre half forward go North Adelaide, and Danny Hargraves has taken the mark. He's already kicked 6 goals. He goes short. He looks down here for Casey. He couldn't take the mark, and it's gone across the line and out of bounds right near the kiosk. I think the boys would want a drink too. Robbie Neal's got the finger up. Do you want to have a drink, Robbie, or say something?
I'll say something because the game's actually opening up a bit now. The players are getting tired. Foot skills and hand skills are absolutely critical now. Any turnovers, because it's a few free guys running around, it can be really hurtful for the side who gives the ball up.
Scores a level once again. Scores a level once again. It looks like Cassidy, is it, who had that flying shot for goal? No, it's not Cassidy. Boney says no, he knows him well. It was Brett Knowles.
Get him the turnaround?
Yep, number 8, I reckon.
Certainly
Brett
was.
Actually, I should know him. He's already had, I think, about 127 touches today. Not quite, but he's had a lot. Tyson Hay, who's had a real boomer this quarter, got the ball out there with a hand pass across to Steinberner, who is burning at the moment too. Kicks the ball down towards the wing. The Hurricane is there. Heath Hopwood, he thumps it about 40 metres. Gets it across here to his teammate in Benny Walton. It's a high kick into centre half forward. Up they go. Hamlin was the leaper there. Couldn't quite hold it. A hand pass from Hopwood though. Got it back here to Bellow. He in turn tries to get over to a teammate. The player down there is Knowles. He in turn gets a hand pass over there in the direction of another teammate in Bamford. He in turn hand passes, but it was ill-directed, and Central District a chance this time. What are they going to do? They go in short. Murray, it's not Murray, it's Benny Walton, who screws it back in towards the teeth of goal, comes off hands. A goal! It's a goal! And it's been kicked by James Gowans. It's been kicked by James Gowans, so Central back in front here. It's 11-9-75. North Adelaide 11-3-69. The Mr. Cliff scoreboard. Another update from Gavin.
Thank you, Doug. Eagles by 67 points over Glenelg. Sturt by 5 points over South Adelaide. And about 4 minutes to go over the border. And Melbourne by 23 over the Crows.
Okay, back here at Nap Oval. Central Districts are 11-9-75. A goal ahead of North Adelaide 11-3-69. We're just coming towards the end of this third quarter here, and we're listening to round 12 football. The ball's bounced by umpire Fox. Ford's looking to do the ruck work against Brooks. Brooks gets a great tap out, but it's cleaned up there by the skipper in Healy. Healy out on the right foot, kicks it up towards centre half forward. Stevens gets the ball, kicks into the attacking 50. Ball cleverly taken by Arnott, gets a little chip kick, but he snuck it through for a behind. Good play there by Central Districts. Good movement from the centre of the ground. Gets the ball down effectively, and that's something they were unable to do in that first quarter. And this quarter now they are moving the ball a lot better. Hence we see them starting to develop a little bit of a lead on North Adelaide. The ball's kicked in by Cornelius. Big fly by Kynan Ford. Can't take it. It's coming out towards Travis Glashenko. He's going towards the boundary line, and North Adelaide are happy to see it go out of bounds there, just to relieve the pressure for 10 seconds or so they can set up again, have another throw in. We're just down from the grandstand here, just on the half-forward flank there as the ball comes in. Ford doing the ruck work again. It's tapped out over the top towards Danny Stevens. On the right foot, looking for the lead in Cowan. He stretches out. Have they paid the mark? No. Yes, he has.
Lucas, regardless of how you're feeling, mate, we need a huge effort from you. You're sort of influencing your presence a bit. We'll have a look at Adam Morgan, who's 25 metres out on a side ankle bone.
Well, I reckon, now Robbie, he should kick it from here, shouldn't he, Robbie?
I'm not saying anything.
In comes Morgan now, umpire moves across. Yep. Yes, he has. He has. And so it's North Adelaide.
Exactly. Never give a player a rap as they come in because they let you down. Robbie, don't give him a rap. Adam Morgan registers a second for the
It's 2 points the margin now. North Adelaide 12 goals, 375. They're still trailing Centrals on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, 11-11-77. And incidentally, if you're looking for a business, a wonderful opportunity, get yourself a Mr. Clip round. At least inquire about it. Look up Mr. Clip on the phone book. Their station sponsors, Mr. Clip. Have a talk to the fellas there. Good outside work. Boney did it for about, I don't know how many years, half a dozen years. Responsible for so many of those immaculate lawns in all parts of Adelaide. But, well, that little lad living, we're back on the centre of the ground. Mark.
Herbert and Arnold do the ruck work. Herbert obviously is carrying injury because he's limping around. He couldn't get off the ground there, so Central Districts run the ball out of the centre of the ground there, straight towards the grandstand side there. Stevens keeps the ball in.
Great bump.
And Walton is hit very, very heavily by his former teammate Justin Casserly, and umpire Richard Fox is going to bounce the ball right in front of the Central Districts interchange gates there, and he is going to be no more than 3 or 4 metres away from the boundary line. So Lucas Herbert has obviously been told by Daryl Hart, come on big fella, use that big heart of yours and get us back off the ground, but he certainly is carrying that injury. Rick McGowan tries to get it out. Arnold takes Knowles out over the boundary line, and we are going to see a throw-in. Robbie, he doesn't look good, does he, Big Lucas?
As long as he provides a physical contest at these boundary throw-ins, there you go, you got rid of Arnold there, but as long as he's around the place, I reckon.
And Centrals took the ball away, but Brett White, who's been a great player today, got it in towards centre half. That was great football by Casserly there, because he couldn't quite get it on the half volley, but Tyson Hay, who's been superb since half-time, he got the ball in towards centre half. Thought a big leap from Barry Brooks. He knows how to jump. I tell you that, he's rucked quite well today. Bello got the hand pass out to his co-rover in Matty Slade, swings it back around over his shoulder. Here's a chance now. Danny Stevens from 30 metres has put it through. Danny has it. He's hit the top of the goal post. Danny Stevens normally doesn't miss anything, and he's hit the goal post, and so it is Central District moving on now to 11 goals, 12-78. Still leading North Adelaide, 12 goals, 375. 3 points the margin on the Mr. Clip scoreboard.
And the reliable Ray Ebel kicks the ball outside of the Central District's 50 line for North Adelaide. In towards Lucas Herbert. This will test him now. He's got to sprint for the ball against probably the fastest man on the ground in Steinburner. Herbert goes to ground. Steinburner picks the ball up. Gives off nicely. Central Districts looking to build something through their forward line. Staples grabs Stevens without the ball. The Central District supporters unhappy. They were looking for a free kick, but there's nothing forthcoming. And now we're here with Murray Hamblin. He comes up a wing towards the grandstand to Walton. Walton over the top to James Gowans. Gowans looks to go with a clever little kick end over end. He's looking to manufacture something there because he couldn't go high over the top there, and he has registered a behind. Would have been a sensational goal. Just some good thinking there by James Gowans, but unfortunately he registers a behind.
Okay, so on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, it takes Centrals just that little tad further ahead. 11 goals, 13-79 over North Adelaide, 12-3-75. The margin is 4 points, and this time it's going to be North Adelaide bringing the ball down towards the wing. It's Scotty Bamford out there. Has he got the recovery? Oh, he's knocked over without the ball. The umpy watching stuff. He's very, very close. The boundary umpire and also the central umpire. Picked up by North. They go with a hand pass from Uni. Got it now. A chance now from about 50 metres out. A big kick here from Wintle, right up in towards the teeth of goal. It was almost marked there by Geister. Didn't hold it though. Brett Knowles got the hand pass now. A little bit ill-directed that time. And Central District through Hopwood got the ball away now to his teammate. They bring it out now towards the centre wing position. I think it was McGowan who got that one away there. Play on calls the umpire. A hand pass from Slade across now to Chris Gowans. On now wasn't Slade, it was Danny Stevens who ran forward. He took it. That was good football. Good mark taken here. Good mark taken this time by Murray Hamblin. And Hamblin has taken the mark about 30 metres out from goal. The Central District crowd, they're clapping that one. That was certainly a contender for the Paradise Community Church mark of the day, under a lot of pressure, and he took it well.
Great movement by Central Districts there. Did work very, very well. They were running and supporting each other, able to move the ball very cleanly up towards Hamblin here. And we're going to see Murray Hamblin have a go at his first goal for the game. As Lucas Herbert comes off the ground, he's going to be replaced by the Prince, Gerald Cornelius. Hamblin's kick, has it been around nicely? Yes, it has. I think it has. Oh, no, the umpire, actually, from where we are up here, it looked like it could have been a goal, but it has shaved the inside of the post. So Murray Hamblin registers his first behind. North Adelaide are 12 goals, 3. and they are trailing Central Districts at the moment, who are 11 goals 14.
The kick out came from Cook, and he got it across to Brett James, who in turn passed it back to Cook, goes out towards the wing, comes off hands this time, will be picked up by Slade. No, it won't be. The ball is on the ground. A hand pass there from Leal. It came out here to the North Adelaide teammate there, his captain in Winkle. He's lost it though, and it's going to be Betty Walton, the boy who's returned from St Kilda. Pumped away though here by the North Adelaide defenders. Little Slade it was who tried to run through. Tim Cook though picked up the ball. The hand pass came back to Uni in the centre of the ground. He kicked Central District into attack. It was Ben Casey underneath the ball. They're a little bit small. He's like a dwarf underneath there. Here's a shot for goal, a long shot from North Adelaide, and they put it through. Magnificent goal. Magnificent stuff this time. And he's put it through. We'll pick up that boy in just a moment. And just trying to work. Is it Daniel Ebert who kicked that one, I think?
Could be. We've got him there. He's got his hands on his knees, taking a well-earned breath. But, Doug, we'd just like him to turn around so that we could pick the number up, because he is a long way from our commentary position here, isn't he?
Just while we're waiting for him to turn round, comments from Robbie Neal.
Well, certainly, who's going to make the best of their disposals, I think, is going to win this game. You turn the ball over, you're going to go, because the game's open right up, and players are running everywhere at the moment, and they're all getting a bit tired.
So it was Daniel Ebert who got that goal. North Adelaide in front now by 1 point, 13-13-81. Central's 11-14-80. It's the Mr. Clip scoreboard.
Brooks and Arnold lock horns. Arnold gets the tap out. Ball's with James down as he tries to burst through the pack. On to Bello. Bello up towards the forward line. Good work by Ray Ebel. He leads Cowan out towards the ball. Murray Hamblin's in there. He can't get it. White, who's done a sensational job for North Adelaide today, clears the defence, and it's a great mark, running with the flight of the ball. Good take by Paul James, and he's done very, very well today. He steadied things up, goes to Scotty Bamford, the whippet, out on the wing. He's just in front of the grandstand here. He goes out looking for Justin Casserly, who has been very prominent against his old team. Casserly inboard to Brett Knowles, racking up another possession. Knowles long, looking for Hargraves. He's pushed Greister back under the ball and has taken a great take. Good work there by Danny Hargraves, able to manoeuvre his body there well, pushes Paul Geister under the ball, takes a solid grab, and he has kicked 6 goals to date. Yep, 6 goals, 1 to date. Looking to bring up his 7th. He'll be kicking around about 10 metres or so on a reasonably acute angle, probably about 60 degrees. Not far from the boundary line. We see Danny Hargraves coming in for goal 7. The kick is way across the front of the goals. He's not happy with it. The head's down. The umpire runs straight across. Danny Hargraves registers his second behind. And on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, Central Districts are leading 11 goals, 14-80. North Adelaide are 13 goals, 4. We have played 10.5 minutes into this 4th quarter of round 12 football. Simon Bicky Zarnett comes onto the ground and he changes with Chris Gowans.
Funny thing, Robbie, is that I reckon 2 of the easiest shots that Danny Hargraves has had, that was on a bit of an angle admittedly, but he's put through for minor scores. It's one of those weird things in footy, isn't it?
Well, that's right. You either don't concentrate or you simply don't kick through the ball. There's some things that you can practice as much as you like at training sometimes, Doug, but sometimes the brain doesn't do what the body wants. So unfortunate for Danny, but hopefully he can kick a couple for North's sake anyway before the end of this game.
2 points the margin. The Roosters are in front over the reigning premiers, Central District. There was a 25-metre penalty paid there to Heath Hurricane Hopwood after Justin Casserly applied what was probably, it was a late tackle, but I have a feeling it might have been one of those professional hold-ups. As a hand pass came out there from Paul James again, got it across to young Staples, who's been very impressive in the few times that he's been on the ground today. And a good, strong mark taken by Mr. Reliable and Damien Hicks at centre-half back for the Central District Bulldogs. They're heading towards the Adelaide City end here this afternoon and this final quarter, and skipper in Healy has taken the mark this time. He's probably about 70 metres out from goal. Even though he's a magnificent kick, it's too far for him. Goes in now towards the 30-metre mark there. Picked up here by Ford. He got the hand pass across there to Walton. He's bumped as he kicked. That was good, strong football by North Adelaide. And a good saving mark is taken in that last line of defence by Heath Uni.
Great work by Scotty Bamford. Probably one of the smaller men on the field. Was able to position himself between the Central Districts player and Uni, providing a safe passage for Uni to take the grab. Scotty Leal gives the ball off to Tim Cook, the physiotherapist. He comes out from centre-half back up towards the wing. But the only man there is a Central Districts boy in Tyson Hay. He takes a grab, kicks back towards the centre. Hurricane Heat Hopwood. Hopwood gives the ball to Walton. Walton has a bounce. up towards the top of the square, and a safe mark there by North Adelaide. The player in the Scorpion, Kynan Ford, was looking to take that mark, but Barry Brooks chips in courageously in front of him, takes a good mark and just slows the boat here, steadies it up for North Adelaide, gives the ball out to Ray Ebel. He goes in, shorts. Nathan Steinburner interferes nicely with North Adelaide. Bicky's Arnott as it gets the ball, has a shot, kick the goal. Simon Arnott from about 40 kicks a lovely goal. Central Districts have kicked their 12th. Simon Bicky's Arnott has kicked his second, and we see now Central Districts move 8 points ahead. They're 12-14-88. North Adelaide are 13-4-82 on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. We've played 13 and a half minutes into this fourth quarter.
Well, I suppose how we look at it, Danny Hargrave's miss was probably, you know, in the context of this game was...
it's cost a couple of goals, hasn't it, Rob?
It has, hasn't it? I mean, it's a huge turnaround now, but North need this next one. They've got to still have that inner belief in themselves, and before Centrals maybe take this game by the scruff of the neck.
Well, the sun is shining over there in the northeast on the hills. It's going to shine on one of these clubs at the end of the day too, we would think, as it's going to be Centrals coming out. A chain of hand passes from Hay across to Healy, which was good football. Got it on there to Slade, which was good football. To centre half forward, a hand pass came across there from Cowan. He got it on to Danny Stevens from about 45 metres. He's off target with this one, is young Daniel Stevens, and he's put it through. The brother of Nick, of course, from Port Power, and he's put it through for a minor score, but it just edges Centrals that little bit further ahead. They move along to 12 goals, 15. That's 87 over North Adelaide, 13-4-82. The margin is 5 points. Tyson Hay, who's been brilliant since half-time, kicks the ball very, very high in the air, and that's a lovely mark taken this time by Chris Gowans.
Chris Gowans waited under the ball very well. There's a loose man up forward in Michael Stevens, and Gowans finds him. Good work by Chris Gowans. Probably some loose marking by North Adelaide there in letting Michael Stevens run down from the centre of the ground to find some space. And he's taken a good mark there. He's going to find himself about 30 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. And as Robbie just mentioned, North really needed that next goal. And if Centrals do get it, they're just going to open up a nice little gap there, possibly enough just to give them a little bit of comfort and put them in good stead with halfway through this last quarter. Michael Stevens comes in purposely. Let's see the kick. It goes up. It's a little to the right. Does it come around? No, it hasn't. So Michael Stevens, the pressure getting to everyone here, probably misses what he should have got. That's his second behind for the game. So we see North Adelaide are trailing Central Districts. It's a 6-point ball game as the ball's brought in towards probably North Adelaide's best player for the day in White. He takes a good grab under pressure from Danny Stevens. White stands up, they go toe-to-toe with each other, and they decide that they're going to go back. White comes with the kick out in front of the grandstand towards the Prince.
Oh, good mark.
Up high, the Prince, looking for a contender for the Paradise Community Church mark of the day. He takes a nice grab. He goes back up onto the half-forward flank, looking for Morgan. Morgan can't take the mark. Hereda, good defence, comes out towards Hamblin. Chips inside towards Heath Hopwood. Hopwood goes to the outer wing. Looks for Simon Arnott, who's able to find space all the time on Nap Oval here. Arnott in turn goes long for James Gowans. He's going to play on. He's within 50. He goes on the left. He pulls it across his body. James Gowans pulls it across his body beautifully. And he has scored another goal. James Gowans gets his third. He's 27th for the season. So we see Central Districts now are starting to skip ahead. We've played 16 and a half minutes into this final quarter. Central Districts are 13 goals, 16. North Adelaide 13 goals, 4. Robbie Neal.
Well, recently, I think that the important guys for Central's, from Central's point of view, are getting hold of the footy at the moment. Both Gowans brothers, Walton, Bello, Arnott, and they need, we've said it before, North need this next goal. They actually need this centre clearance. They need one in the next minute.
13-16, Central District 94. Over North Adelaide, 13-4-82. The margin just 2 straight kicks. The hand pass from Michael Stevens came out to Steinburner. He drops the ball to the ground. Play on, calls the umpire. He's too quick. Kicks the ball into centre half forward. It was a funny old kick, but it's been marked by Simon Arnott. He's been a good player today, I tell you. He had a little bit of a lull there in the middle. He comes out now towards the... he was about 60 metres out, and he's gone in short, and he's found his skipper in Daniel Healy, who will kick from about 50 metres. He'll kick over Ray Ebel, and let's see what he can do with this one.
He'll kick He'll kick it. I'm sticking my neck out. He'll kick this.
That's a
Robbie
big,
Neal has
Come
just
on,
given
Heels.
a player a rap.
Do it for me.
big prediction, this one, Robbie. Daniel Healy comes in, 50 metres out, he kicks, there's the shot for goal. It is there. It is there. Oh, Robbie Neal, I tell you what, you can pick him. Goal number 3 to the Central District captain. He's been a great player today, Daniel Healy. And that's his third. It takes Centrals along now to 14-16. 14-16, which is 100 exactly. They've got the ton. And North Adelaide, 13 goals for 82. The margin, 18 points. Another update from Gavin Richardson.
Yes, thank you, Doug. At the Oval only Oval. They're just starting the last quarter. They're still 12 goals, 15-87. Leads South Adelaide 8-56. That's a 21-point margin. And down at the Bay, the Eagles doing it very comfortably there. 19 goals for 118. Leading Glenelg 7-3-45. That's a 71-point margin for the Eagles. And just across the border, just quickly, Melbourne have defeated the LA Crows by 25 points.
Nap Oval, as we just heard some updates there, the ball was kicked out beautifully by Matthew Slade and has been marked by Kynan Ford. So Ford's taken a good grab. He's about 40 metres out from goal here. Signs are looking pretty ominous, Robbie, for North now. I think Central Districts have really gained some momentum and are looking probably to run away with it as we approach the 90-minute mark of this last quarter.
Yeah, the body language isn't good at the moment. Slater's is another one for the Dogs.
Kynan Ford kicks a goal. That's his second. So the former Springvale player from Victoria kicks his second goal, and Central Districts are now starting to skip ahead. North Adelaide are 13 goals for 82, and they are now trailing Central Districts, who have kicked their 15th. They are 15 goals, 16, 104. Okay, we're back.
Okay, the action back in the centre of the ground right now with umpire Richard Fox. And we're just about to get the play underway once again. Okay, the action back here. It is Central District, 15 goals, 16. Leading North Adelaide, 13-4. 15-16, I make that 106, that's right. So, yeah. And a good mark taken here by Matty Slater. Hand pass comes out to Nathan Steinberger. Steinberger's got someone on the lead there. It was White who went for the punch away. The ball trying to pick it up there. The North Adelaide boys can't do so. Will be picked up and kicked very, very high in the air here by Central District player there. One of the Gowans boys it was. And a big pack forms. Umpire letting play go on though. Here's another kick for goal, this time by James Gowans. The mark's taken by Michael Stevens, and he's kicked a goal. North Adelaide running away with the game now. They're running away with the game. North Adelaide moving along to 16 goals, 16. That is 112. 112, and they are leading now by 30 points. I make it, yes, 30 points over North Adelaide. 13 goals for on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. And I guess, Robbie, you know, it's really shown today, hasn't it, that a mid-range team can, in some ways, they can sort of match it for 3/4 of the day and can even outplay the opposition, but a good team generally will come back.
Well, it's probably a combination. As far as North are concerned, it's probably youth and inexperience, but they spent a lot of petrol early. They really took it to Centrals, and Centrals are used to playing on this ground as well. It's probably an advantage as well.
Yep.
Back now in the centre of the ground. Bodie's getting a bit excited. Actually, we heard the Central song sung for the first time just a while ago too. I thought they'd forgotten the words or something, but no, it started coming out when they thought, yep, victory is in sight. We've played 21 minutes of the final quarter. We're keeping an eye out still for the best brick and pavers team effort of the day, and the mark taken on the outer side of the ground, this time by Luke Cowan. Big Coward, who's been a good player today, I reckon. There's his kick down towards half forward, and another good mark taken here by Central District through Arnott. He in turn gets it across to Heath Hurricane Hopwood. Danny Stevens has taken the mark, 35 metres out. And Daniel Stevens now has a chance to bring up his second goal. He's kicked 1 goal, 2 so far. And a chance to add to that tally as he lines up from 35 metres. Certainly no problems with the distance. Accuracy, well, we'll wait and see.
Danny Stevens having a bit of a purple patch for the last 10 minutes. He's had a couple of shots on goal, and we're going to see him here looking to register his second. He comes in from about 30 metres out. The kick is a good one, yes. He's kicked a goal. Central Districts move on to 17 goals, 16, 118. Starting to move ahead of North Adelaide now, who, as Robbie mentioned, probably spent a lot of petrol early. North are 13, 4, 82. We've played 22 and a half minutes into this last quarter, and it is looking pretty bad for North Adelaide now. I mean, they were terrific in those first 2 quarters. Even in that third quarter, they were fighting hard, but Central Districts kicked 6 in the third quarter, and now we see them, Robbie, they are running away, aren't they?
Well, the ones that needed to stand up have, Sodas, in this last quarter. Danny Stevens being one of those, who's a genuine goal kicker. And, yeah, I think the game has sort of slipped through North's hands at the moment.
23 minutes of the final quarter gone. The Mr. Clip match of the day. There's the bounce up in the centre of the ground. It's going to be North Adelaide coming away this time. They kick down towards centre half forward through Justin Castley, who's certainly been one of their better players today. It's on the 50-metre line for North Adelaide, but taken by Centrals. A hand pass from Bello across to Steinburner. He goes with the left foot and jogging after it out there. He almost looked as though he was jogging. Was Bicky Zarnett right in front of the pass players pavilion or the marquee. There's a hand pass that comes back here in there from Hopwood. Got it across there to Arnott once again. In towards centre half forward. Conditions are very, very dark here. Is it my eyes that are failing? Maybe a little bit of both. As Kyron Ford picks the ball up. He looks down here further for a teammate. Big Cornelius came in and the umpire says it is going to be a bounce up. Good football, good defensive football there by big Gerald Cornelius. Good to see the lad get a game too, because I've seen him kick a lot of goals in the reserves. Been playing a fair bit in defence today, but lads like this, it's great to see them elevated, Robbie.
Yeah, it's probably a good experience for him. I don't know whether he's played a lot in defence, but I suppose finding your feet and seeing your footy, it's probably difficult for him to hold down a key position in a forward post. So just getting a bit of a look in defence and learning his trade is probably the right way to go.
And umpire Pfeiffer decides he's going to have another bounce here, wrap the ball up. We're in Central Districts attacking 50. They're about 20 metres from their goal, just on the outer side of the centre corridor here. And we've played just over 24 minutes. Central Districts comfortably ahead now. They've got a 36-point lead. Geez, it's quickly gone ahead, haven't they? They have skipped ahead very, very quickly. As the ball comes out here for North Adelaide, wrapped up quickly by Central Districts, and has been the method of play all day. Pretty physical sort of game. Lots of tackling from both sides. And it's just probably a little unfortunate for North Adelaide that this last half they're just struggling to contend with Central Districts, who obviously are on top of the ladder for a reason. It's because they're able to play this standard of football. The ball comes out for North Adelaide. They're on the outer wing. Goes up high. The mark can't be taken by Barry Brooks because it's taken by Central Districts. In towards Hamblin. Hamblin looking up the centre half forward. Benny Walton's all on his own. He gets it, plays on, goes long. Kyron Ford's there. There's no one around him. Cornelius gets on the scene late. And the man from Springvale in Victoria is going to have a shot for goal. He has so far to date been able to kick 2 goals. Been pretty dangerous. We haven't seen him much in the ruck today. Quite often they have used him in the ruck, but Luke Cowan coming in from the reserves has been able to fill that position there and provide some rest for Damien Arnold and a couple of others. So big Kyron Ford used exclusively up the forward line today. Comes in for the third from about 15 metres out. Kicks truly. Kicks his third, and Central Districts now very, very comfortably as we tick on to 26 minutes on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. Central Districts are 18 goals 16, and they're leading North Adelaide 13 goals 4. Doug?
Yeah, it's in the end it's going to be a comprehensive win. It's not going to tell the true story though, and I know when you pick up the Sunday Mail, Robbie, you read it there, and obviously Doug Robertson I assume Doug will be doing the report there. He'll have a good report in there, but it doesn't tell the true story of the game, does it?
I'd say North have outplayed Centrals for 3/4 of the game, but footy's a 4-quarter game, and it's just been all Centrals in this last quarter. They've been very efficient, dominant, and yeah, a 7-goal margin at the moment really hasn't done the game any justice at all.
Keep chatting away, Robbie. I've got the cream puffs here and the little slice that Val from the Ladies Auxiliary has left us from Centrals. Looking after us. It'll be after game celebrations. Boney's getting stuck into it already. I'll tell you what, he's celebrating. He's got the sandwiches.
Chrissy Gowans gets with the ball, goes on the left foot, goes long, and has registered a behind. Just, Doug, as you were getting very excited about all the goodies there, I thought Chrissy Gowans was about to kick a goal.
So I was sort of keeping an eye on him and keeping an eye on Boney too, because Boney hasn't eaten all afternoon. He's been so worried, but now he can relax. It's little Slade gets it out here to Ford, who's had a blinder in the last quarter too, and he in turn goes short and finds James Gowans. And he's taken the mark about, he wouldn't even be 30 metres out, 25 metres out from goal. Is that thunder I'm hearing, or is that the train going back there behind me? One or the other. Robbie now reaches over and has a sandwich. No, I'm right, thanks, Boney, I'm talking. 18-17 to Centrals, 125, leading North Adelaide 13-4, 82 the Mr. Clip scoreboard as James Gowans comes in and he puts it through for goal number 4. Goal number 4 to James Gowans, and
28 for the year.
28 for the year. He's had and how many's his brother got for the year now? I mean, Chris has only kicked the one.
27 for the year. So, we see that in the race for the leading goal kicker amongst the Gowans twins, James Gowans has just snuck ahead. He came in 2 goals behind Chris today, but with his 4 goals, he's been able to sneak ahead, and he's won up at 28. Chrissy Gowans, 27 goals for the year.
You know the answer. It's for one of them to go to another club. And wouldn't we all love that if they go to the club we support?
I think he'd be very welcome at Sturt either, the Gowans boys.
28 minutes of the quarter gone. The Mr. Clip match of the day. Central's now 19-17, 131. And leading North Adelaide 13-4, 82. And the action back now with North Adelaide. A hand pass that came out there from Bamford. He got it back there in the direction of Heath Uni. Uni in turn across to Justin Cassidy. He in turn goes for a long hand pass on to Leal. It's still important that North Adelaide, even the remaining few minutes there. Oh, Wintle, I think he may have done a calf or a hamstring. He's done something anyway. Here's a long left foot snapshot for goal here by Bamford. He's off target though. Comes off hands, and in fact it's out of bounds. I think, yes, it will be a throw in deep in the forward pocket.
And Doug, I think now that Daryl Wintle has definitely done a right hamstring there, the skipper, North Adelaide are down to their 18 players, because we've seen Paris Fowden went off in the first half with an ankle. Lucas Herbert was limping, so he's off, and now the skipper and Daryl Wintle's hobbling around as North Adelaide get the ball from the throw-in. It comes back towards, is that Scotty Leal? No, it's not Scotty Leal. It is Timmy Cook on the left foot, but he can't quite make the distance against his old club. So the physiotherapist who has been doing all the kicking out today has actually registered a behind. That's his first score for the day. And on the Mr. Clip scoreboard, Central Districts 19-17, 131. North Adelaide 13-5, 83. As the ball's run out through Marco Bello. He's starting to generate some pace. He has a bounce. He goes on to the left, looking up towards half forward. The players fly. The no mark can be taken. Kynan forwards in there, so is Moritz. It comes back with Central Districts looking to go up towards the top of the square, and the skipper in Healy can't take the mark. Ball's picked up by Big Cornelius. He's over the top of it. Healy's over the top of him. White tries to run the ball out. Probably North Adelaide's best player for the day. He goes to Moritz. Moritz looks to kick the ball up, but Murray Hamlin says, I'm just going to fist it out of bounds. We're going to see another throw-in. We're just coming up to 30 minutes. Central Districts comprehensively are 131. North Adelaide 83. Robbie Neal.
Well, so as we can see, Lucas Herbert's been forced to come back out on the ground, and he's just had a leisurely stroll all the way down to the goal square down there, and the siren's gone, so it's a footy's a cruel game. I mean, 20 minutes ago, North would have been pretty happy with the day. Instead, they've ended up with an injured bench and an 8-goal loss.
It is Central Districts. The final scores here at Nap Oval on the Mr. Clip scoreboard. Central Districts 19 goals, 17, 131. Have comprehensively run out victors over North Adelaide. 13 goals, 5, 83. And like Robbie said, at three-quarter time, it was only 8 points in it. But now at the end of the game, we can see Central Districts are certainly runaway convincing winners, and which is the reason why they have been the dominant side in this competition over the past couple of seasons.
OK, let's check the goal kickers. Central District 19-17, 131, and North 13-5, 83. You've got time to eat those sandwiches too, Robbie, and they look pretty good. Goal kickers for North Adelaide, the main goal kickers anyway. We had James Gowans, who kicked 4. And then there were 3 goals to Kynan Ford and also Daniel Healy. We had 2 goals to Simon Arnott, 2 goals to Marco Bello, 2 also to Danny Stevens, and singles to Matthew Slade, Chris Gowans and Michael Stevens. The goal kickers for North Adelaide, Daniel Hargraves led the way there with a magnificent 6. Shane Harris leaving us now, the umpire's director. And I'd say he'd be pretty happy with the way the boys performed today too. Daniel Hargraves kicked 6, Adam Morgan kicked 2, and singles to Daniel Ebert, Justin Cassidy, Scott Bamford, Daryl Wintle and Lucas Herbert. In the end, a comprehensive 48-point win to Central District, but that wasn't the true story of the day. In fact, it was only 8 points the difference at three-quarter time.